got to do. It all makes sense in a little bit. So I'm just going to start rolling with some reminders and stuff, and then getting into the recap of last session, and then we're going to have to do some things that are a little different than usual. But so anyhow, first of all, no one made any mention of the full moon rising on our splash screen. The last few sessions I had,
I was going to last time, but I was like, maybe something's just fucked up, whatever. But I did.
What did I miss?
The big moon.
Yeah, no, I noticed it.
Where?
I'm so clueless.
Oh,
I noticed it last time, right when I started the stream.
Yeah.
But it had been smaller before. It was just
wait, had it been getting bigger and bigger each session?
a little bit, yeah. Last few
That's
sessions.
cool.
Oh my god, I'm so mad I didn't notice that.
That's all right. Also, Will, reminder to roll better. And I think Marie mentioned last time that it might be the cowboy hat that jinxed you, so it's optional. Yeah, I mean, that's right. Also, a little note going forward. So there's going to be a lot of things that are sort of different as we move forward that I'll explain as we go. But one thing that I wanted to clarify for this one is we're going to do resting and traveling a little bit different. So there will be the possibility of sort of things happening more often as you travel in this campaign. So kind of paying attention to how much time and distance you're consuming on certain things might be important. You'll kind of see how that goes. And also, like, sort of the first leg of this campaign was a little bit of a little bit on rails. This one's this going forward. I'm not going to sort of like guide you in a way on things. You're going to be able to do whatever you want whenever you want. I guess that could be good and bad. So it's a little more open world-ish. I'll still do recaps and stuff, but things are going to get a little more complicated in terms of like the lore and what's going on. So you might want to take some kind of notes and stuff like that. Might be important. It's up to you. All right. Anyhow, so start with the recap. Last time we started, and I won't jump over to the map. I'll just rip through this description. We started in the Cragmaw Castle in a bunch of combat, kept fighting your way through hobgoblins and goblins. Thoradin had to use a big lay of hands on himself at one point. Deckard started using a heavy crossbow. Alaric was raged for the full 8, 9, 10 turns, and you guys just ripped your way through the whole castle. Basically found the throne room, which had rugs and trophies, a wolf, a drow, a couple more goblins. Throughout the fight, as you were kind of fighting King Groll, the drow was trying to negotiate with you guys, basically saying she wasn't with the rest of the party and wanted to spare her life, and she wanted this parchment, and she would pay you a lot if you just let her go. Spargle took on the wolf. King Groll noticed Clarg's hide, which enraged him even more. Spargle and Deckard struggled with their rolls a lot. The wolf pinned Thoradin, but then Thoradin stood up and drove Talon through it. Let me see. I can skip through a lot of this combat stuff. Blackwyn then attacked the drow, bit her right in the face, but she still kept pleading for her life. That's when Deckard walked up and like kicked the chair over to her and was like, all right, let's talk. As he was talking to her, he just like kind of half turned and shot the wolf dead as it was like barking in the corner. So then that's where she was trying to make a deal with Deckard for the parchment, or at least to let her go. She offered 200 gold, gave you the gold. Also, after you killed King Groll, you found he had a coin purse and some healing potions. You guys threatened this drow, so she agreed to just give you the coins if she could just leave. No parchment or anything.
Did you mark that 200 gold down? Didn't I throw it to somebody?
Yeah, it's in my inventory, so if we want to split it all up.
Okay, I just want to make sure we had it. I forgot. I gave it to Blackwyn.
Yeah.
I'm cool with splitting that stuff up in Slack and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's video is getting pixelated. I don't know if that's mine.
I'm noticing it too.
Yeah.
I'll go flip to some.
Looks good.
Better.
Seems good.
All right. So Blackwyn caught the coins, and you guys split them up. According to my notes, the drow made her way to the door, but Alaric just sort of like blocked her, like bouncer style, from getting out. Deckard tried to make King Groll schoolgirl outfit for Blackwyn, I guess, out of King Groll for Blackwyn, but failed miserably. I saw a funny comment on, I think this was Amber, says it puts the lotion on the bugbear. That was pretty funny. But Deckard rolled a natural 1 and just butchered the whole thing. So She was trashing. She was like saying that humans weren't worth anything and blah blah blah. So that made Thoradin mad. So he smacked her in the face. So she just decided to run away. Alaric tried to sweep the leg. I think Deckard tried to shoot her in the leg, but eventually Thoradin tackled her to the ground. And then she kind of like phase shifted into like a doppelganger and said, "Do with me what you wish. You'll never find the map. The black spider will reign." And then Blackwind just came over and just bit his face dead. That's when you guys finally decided to revive Gundren, who had been just bleeding out in the corner the whole time. He explained what had happened before, that the Bugbear and the Drow were arguing, trying to negotiate the map. Eventually, the group searched the whole room, and Thoradin found the map to Wave Echo Cave under the bed and some more coin. Thoradin, though, refused to give Gundren the map, but said he'd escort him back to Phandelin. Deckard started negotiating equity in the mine. And then as you guys were talking with Gundren, and I rushed this towards the end, so I wanted to clarify. As you guys were negotiating, you were in the throne room, which sort of had like an open ceiling or open to the sky, and you noticed that the moon had reached its full apex and was getting like shining even more brightly. As the moon had been rising, wolves were starting to howl in the distance, almost in unison, but from various distances and directions. It was almost like every wolf in earshot started howling. And then Spargle, without saying anything, just reached into his bags. He had an old cloak that he had kept Iarno Albric's head in, and he pulled out the head and he presented it to the sky. At which, the moment he sort of lifted his hands, all those wolves went silent, as if they were just muted. And the group kind of got this weird feeling because of that, and because everything that was going on, and kind of looked over at Spargle. And then this black mist that you had seen before, this black misty fog, started coming through all the cracks and crevices and openings of this castle and kind of swirled around the group. Everybody rolled a Constitution savings throw. Alaric a 13, Thoradin a 15, Deckard another 1. Spargle a 6, and Blackwind rolled a 20. And with that, you all fell asleep. And that's where we ended the session. You did level to level 4, and also you got a long rest, a really long one. So that's where we'll pick up. So this is where I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. What we're going to need to do is we're going to have a little bit of downtime for everybody. We're going to go, each one of us, me and each of you, are going to go into another channel for about 2 or 3 minutes, where I have to debrief you, basically. Okay? And we're gonna go in a particular order. I'm gonna start with Adam, with Alaric. The rest of you can stay in the channel. I have a little bit of a sort of a side assignment for you guys if you'd like. And we're gonna be using Slack a little bit tonight.
Is everyone else pixelated video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the.
I can try flipping it again to east.
Try Hong Kong, maybe.
Try south. It's weird.
Better
It's
at
like
the beginning, and then
it's like slowly happens over time. I don't. Whatever. It's 2019.
Yeah. All right. So pay attention to Slack. First of all, besides Adam, who's going to jump into another channel with me for a minute, and in between, while I'm talking to you guys individually, I would appreciate when you're back in the channel without me that there's no like sort of table talk about what's going on. If you could just sort of keep your comments and stuff to yourselves until I get back at the end.
Oh my God, we can't gossip. Oh my God.
So no business, basically.
No, and then we'll pick back up from there.
You're telling me to not be Italian for 5 minutes? Like what the fuck?
We can talk about anything else except this.
Oh, did you see what she was wearing? I know, she's such a fat bitch.
And then, okay, on Slack, so while you're not in another channel with me, if you want, there's some music that should be streaming on this little site here. And you don't need any login or anything like that. It's just a way for me to play a couple tracks. There's 2 tracks that I wanted you guys to kind of just jam to, if you don't mind, or if you'd like to. while we're doing all this, and I've copied a couple PDFs in there that have the lyrics to the 2 different songs that you're going to hear. There you go. And Blackwind started it, which is cool. It's a shared thing, so it's streaming at the same time for everybody, and you can adjust the volume on there if you'd like.
How do we get there? Where do we go? Where'd you?
Slack.
Oh, in Slack. Got it.
Oh, I was wondering what the hell's going on. My Slack's not
Is it
open.
Love Surrounds You by Ramsey?
So I'm going to the share tube.
Where am I going?
There you go. And then should already be playing music. It's just like a jukebox in the background.
You can't hear that on my mic, can you?
Yes,
I can. It's real loud.
a lot.
Hang on.
I could. How do I get back to that? How do I get that?
How about now?
Think
And
you're good.
you said it doesn't matter which one we listen to, just whatever.
It should be streaming live, so you're all hearing it at the same time.
Oh.
And it'll loop through the 2 songs.
Where are you guys? Did I miss a link?
Let me go get my.
Yeah. There's a link on Slack. If you just hit that, it should just start streaming.
Is mine real loud for yours? For you guys?
Nope, I don't hear anything.
Okay.
This is cool. I didn't know this was a
Did it
thing.
restart for you?
Yeah, you don't have to press. Nobody has to hit play or anything. It'll just go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hit play because it wasn't
And we're
going.
just listening to this. That's it.
Yeah. This is just background music for you guys listening. This is not a big deal at all. But there's some lyrics to these 2 songs. These are sort of spiritually significant.
How do when we split up and go have our separate talks? Does that matter with the stream or just?
It's up to you. I don't know. We're not going to capture everybody's. If you want to, just maybe you and I mute ours. Ours will take 2 or 3 minutes. So you decide
whatever
how you wanna do
whatever
that.
you want me to do. I don't care. Do you want me to like? Cause how do I? I could technically
We can talk
go.
non-shop though, right?
That's right. Oh, absolutely.
Because I could actually go in here and shut off. Yeah. I could just shut off desktop audio and my mic, right? And it wouldn't stream it. You want me to do that, or do you want it on the stream? I don't care either way.
You could just pause the stream maybe for this. There's not going to be much for us. Or yeah, just mute it for while we go, and then when you and I get back, or when you get back, you can let it roll.
Okay.
That'll be perfect.
Okay.
All right. So Adam, can you just call me directly?
Yep. So I'm gonna leave this call and I'll call you.
All right, cool. And we'll be back, guys. I'll have Adam send the next person to talk to me, and you guys just hang in the channel. This will be about 15 minutes.
Okay.
How do we call you direct?
All right. Let me. Hi. Let me mute this. Yeah, I'll just turn all these on. you. I am such an asshole. Thank you for telling me.
No problem.
Hey. Thank you.
Well, don't. I mean, I
Bye.
think you should mute it, Adam, because then we can hear what he's telling everybody.
How can we hear what he's telling
Well,
everybody?
Well, if I go to the stream.
They're in private
Oh, it's
calls.
you. Never mind. Okay, we
Yeah,
can.
I'm
never
streaming.
mind. Yeah.
I meant when I muted it when me and Dan started talking, so it wasn't on the stream. And then when I came back, I meant to turn the volume back up, and I didn't. So, sorry.
How many words a minute can you type, Sparkle?
3.
Hey, uh-oh. Matt's internet went out on me, so Crocus, can you call me? And if Matt rejoins here, just hold on a second, okay? So
Okay.
Crocus, can you call me?
Yeah, I just right-clicked on you, and it doesn't say that I can call you.
You have
Maybe 'cause
to
we're gonna
maybe you have to
call.
leave a call. You have to leave.
Oh, okay.
Stream live.
Son of a bitch.
How do we change our names in Roll20? Oh, never mind. I got it. I'm so smart. Everything's in settings. So anytime I ask somebody a fucking question, just go to settings and
Click on
read
the-
what it says. You need to change yours, Will, for the new thing.
Ah.
Change your what?
Your display name, because it just defaults to your human real life name.
Gotta set that picture. Assuming that. Settings. Yes.
I shut the pictures off. I just do names.
Oh, we'll do that. Here we go.
I hope one day we get to
Names only.
share. I hope eventually we get to share the things that we discussed with Dan.
Yes, me too.
I want to share a thing because the information I got and images I got reminded me of something from real life, and I just wanted to share it so badly.
That link wasn't working for me.
He might have sent you the wrong one. Wait, are you talking about for
Yeah.
Roll20?
the new.
Yeah, he sent me the old link on accident, and then he sent me another link. I
Did you
don't.
send that to me?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I don't know if it's specific to the account. I don't think so. I think it's here. I'll just send you this. See what happens. I don't know how the invites work and joining and what. I think it should be fine because you just load it and then log in with your shit.
Okay.
I assume. Okay. Yes, I did forget to unmute.
There
Sorry,
we go.
Murray. You missed all the random political talk we had for a minute. It's probably a good idea we had it muted.
you hear the music anymore?
It wasn't playing, so I closed it for now. I guess I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to hit play and then fuck it up for somebody else. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm loading it again. I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah, it doesn't play. I have to hit play, so whatever.
How quickly they do sell their soul. For the
Hey, do you know what color we were supposed to be our characters again?
Well, I guess you could do whatever you want, really. I know Dan kind of set them. I set mine back to close to what it was. It was like a brownish color. No Matt, huh?
No Matt, huh?
He hasn't texted or anything.
He's got to be not happy.
No, for sure.
What happened?
Well,
Did you just get
when you guys, somebody was still in a private call with Dan, he was talking and his shit locked up, and then like he came back in a minute, and then he left to go to the call with Dan, and it locked up again.
Well, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and wait for him because I kind of need that to continue.
Okay. So I'll keep listening to his music. It's fucking sick.
I do like this Devil one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you drinking a White Claw, Adam?
Truly. Same
So they're
thing.
like the same thing, right?
Yeah, they're not as sweet.
I wouldn't be able to function if I were Dan.
Without your wallet. Dude, that time, I don't even know if you remember, but I had it because I brought it over for D&D because I was buying food. And then I put it in my book bag, and then I didn't find it for like 2 days. I was going nuts.
Dude, that would...
I was like driving all over.
Matt says his internet's completely down.
You know, I mean, if we wanted to get... Yeah, I mean, he could technically use his phone. I mean, he could...
He could video call Dan with his phone.
I mean, even just to finish their thing up.
What was the color for that represented like mage or whatever? And WoW.
Blue. Light blue.
Light blue.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the one that Crocus has. Similar.
Is that too close to what he is?
You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Use whatever color you want.
All right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pee too, I guess.
It's cool because it changes the color of your dice, too.
Oh, nice. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
That sucks.
Dude, I'm watching Ninja play Fortnite right now.
On purpose?
I don't know how they do things so fast. So fast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even understand how they tell what's going on in this game. It's like
Muscle memory.
just like trying to kill people through all these walls that are being built.
I think the like what it all comes down to with like shooters compared to other games, like guys that are really good at them, is obviously playing the game a lot, like it's a given, but
right.
being really, really comfortable with your mouse
Yeah.
and being good at it. I've just never had that good of hand.
Like having that level of confidence.
It just won't happen.
Right. I got close once when I was playing the shit out of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I played it probably 80 hours a week for like 3 months. The end of 2012.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you ever
Like,
wanted
you know,
to
when
be
you're
as
like-
good as the really good players, you have to play all the fucking
Right.
time.
But like, you know, when you just have like that confidence, I don't really know how to put it. It's like a mindset.
Where you're not even thinking.
You're not like timid at all running around a corner, or like you're never worried about getting surprised. You're just like, I don't care what happens, and just
Right.
destroy everything.
I'm not even close to being in the realm of the top players in Rocket League, but that's how I've gotten with Rocket League. I've played
Right.
it so much over the last 3 years that it's just like things become second nature. Like
Yep.
There's times where I can like hit a ball or like save a ball, like like defending a goal or whatever it is, just because, and I can't even like see what I'm doing, but I know how it's gonna, like, the trajectory, if that
Right.
makes sense, But like you would never know that until you've played for thousands of hours, and it's just like shooters where you just know where people are gonna be, and I don't know. I think it's mostly time.
It's the only reason I'm not into Rocket is
Yeah,
I just
it is such a
don't know if I can put in the time.
oh man.
But I honestly do believe that if I got over the hump, like not to where I'm like really good, but like to where I was good enough to operate, I would never want to stop playing.
That's why I never stopped.
Because it's like a sport. Like I feel, and it's like hockey too, like from a strategic perspective. Like the ebb and flow of the game makes sense to
Right.
like the movement of the ball and how good you are at the game comes down to how well you play off the ball.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm good. 'Cause I'm a good teammate. I'm not like gifted,
Oh,
hand-eye.
cool.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I guess I'm doing D&D on my phone, so that's how this is gonna go.
That figures, dude. Dan Story, you're muted.
This isn't a bad session for it, to be honest. So I appreciate you trying this. Sorry your internet.
Sorry
crapped
for your
out.
troubles, Matt.
So can you see our video, Matt? Is that how that's working?
Oh yeah, crystal clear. It looks great.
Is that going to destroy your data?
Oh, I have unlimited.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
Okay. Well, hopefully can we do a quick call? Just two of us.
Yeah, I'll call you.
Okay. Cool.
New tool August 30th, guaranteed, Adam.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
I saw something on their Facebook page today. I didn't see.
Yeah,
Where did you see it?
on their official Twitter. And also Maynard had confirmed it like 2 weeks ago because somebody was like, they posted a meme of them being like, "Is it really coming though?" And he was like, "Yes, it is."
No, okay. Do you mean an album?
Yes.
Holy shit.
And here, if you've heard the two new songs.
Oh my
right?
god, yeah. I never even like looked at the image. I flicked through Facebook and I saw that they changed their Facebook cover photo, and it says August 30th, 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
even
linked the
fucking
two
look at it.
songs that they've released or that they've played live. They're so good.
I didn't know that they played new songs. How have I not seen
They
this?
played 2 new songs, dude. You're in for 25 minutes of new Tool already.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's
When did
so
you find
good.
this?
They've been out for weeks. I just
Oh.
thought I.
Thanks for telling me.
Well, I didn't know if you'd want to listen. I don't know.
You didn't know if I'd want to listen to my favorite band ever?
Well, dude, cue this up because this is remastered. Like they actually took audio from the concert and made it sound better. This is the best version that I've been able to find. It's so good, dude. It's sick.
I'm so excited.
Hey, so remember when I rolled that 20? Yep.
It's awesome.
Could mean something. Just saying. I don't know.
It's not a good start. Now I don't even see my little dice.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
Somebody.
You might have
somebody
to turn that on in the settings.
Yeah,
Enable 3D
all right.
dice. How about that?
There we go. All right. Has everybody talked to Dan yet?
Yeah, I think we all have.
Okay.
Wait, Crooks, did you?
I did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Hey, the call's been okay,
Yeah.
right? It hasn't gotten pixelated.
I wonder.
Maybe it's because Matt got his
Matt's-
cursed internet out of here.
Dude, Strahd's already in our fucking internet. So I didn't spoil anything about this, but I did see that Tracy Hickman worked on this campaign. You know who that is?
Yep.
Yep. Sure do.
Who?
I think it was one of the first things
co-writers
that
of
Dan told me about it.
Dragonlance. Did you ever read Dragonlance, Will?
I did.
What
He
was
would
that?
like
The
it.
Time of the Twins?
You would like it. I haven't
Yeah,
read.
but
I've only
I was gonna
read.
read anything.
I haven't read enough of them actually. Probably.
I'd
Did you
read
read-
Game of Thrones and the Dark Elf books before I read that.
Yeah.
Did you read the one with just the two brothers, Adam,
With Raceland and
I did.
Cameron?
Cameron.
Yeah, when they go back in time and all that. Did you read that?
Nope, I never read that.
I read like 23 Dragonlance books.
Yeah, me too. I think I read I like that one better than the first four, Adam. The next ones.
I should start. I should be like really
Did
disciplined
you
about
finish
reading
Game of
books.
Thrones, Adam?
Finish the
The
Game of
Legend?
Thrones books?
You finished the first book. Are you on the second one?
Oh, yeah, I'm like 50 pages into the second book. I haven't read it in a month. Hey, at least I read one so far.
Hey,
It's better than reading
that's better
zero.
than zero.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
All right, gentlemen. So everybody has what I sent them, and everybody got the link. It looks like everybody in Thornton's having trouble with his internet, so I don't expect him to maybe get into the Roll20 quite yet. What are you doing there, Matt?
Just here, listening, watching.
Okay, so you're just listening on your phone. You're not on your PC, and you don't have Roll20 going.
Correct.
Okay, that'll work. So is everybody on the new screen, new splash screen of the new campaign?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, everybody sees session 15. Curse of Strahd. Good to go.
Does
Yep.
it look cool?
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
Can you you know what you could do, Matt? You could do you have a tablet or something that you could open and
I was trying to use my LTE as a hotspot, but it's not starting up for some reason when I plug the USB into my phone.
I was just wondering if you could watch the stream somehow.
No.
Okay, so everybody, so then you all wake up. So you wake in a cold sweat. The first thing that you notice is that the air is much different. It's colder all of a sudden. There's a dampness in the air. It's still dark, but that piercing full moon seems to be a little bit subdued and behind some sort of darkness up in the sky. You're kind of laying in some really thick, murky, stinking with peat kind of mud, and you guys kind of like get up in it and you look around and you're all dazed for a moment, and then you sort of get your bearings. Now there's a couple things here. All right. Okay. I'm going to be using Slack a little bit for certain things. So make sure you're just kind of paying attention to that as you can. Thordan, can you still get to Slack?
Yeah, because I'm on my phone, so I could just switch to Slack. Just let me know when I should.
Okay, yeah, I'm sending you things on Slack
Okay.
whenever you can get to them. I don't think everybody.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you guys all kind of feel weird and uneasy, and everything seems a little bit foreign to you. You look around and you're surrounded by tall, what look like pine trees. They're like kind of like straight up. They're very narrow and straight. They grow together a little bit closer than you'd seen pine trees before. Hey, we got Matt back. Everything is just gray and monochrome. Again, you feel like a cold, almost sort of misty dampness in the air that's uncomfortable. You hear a lone wolf kind of howling out in the distance. It feels like it's getting close to dawn, kind of based on just sort of like the light and just kind of like the where things are in the sort of night sky or whatever. It feels like a sun would be rising soon, but everything seems oddly silent for being a forest. And there's just this path leading straight in front of you. Again, it's this thick, almost like sticky mud that's almost hard to walk through. You walk very slowly through it.
So we're not in the castle anymore.
You are not in the castle anymore. You are now, as you woke up after the mists sort of faded, you were sitting on a cold, muddy dirt path.
And we feel okay? We feel normal? I mean...
Actually, you feel great. You feel very well rested.
all of us.
All of you, yeah.
Okay.
And we're just in the middle of a dense forest.
You're on a dense forest, but there's a mud trail that like goes in front of you.
Okay. So I'm like, I look very unsettled, and I'm looking around, and I just start going, "Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy." We're back. I'm
What?
back.
The hell are you talking about? What the hell happened?
And also, real quick point of order, you guys are welcome to share as much or as little of anything that you've learned or heard or have perceived at all. And you're also welcome to keep it to yourself. So whatever.
You guys have
makes
some weird
sense.
dreams.
Dan, for me, does the area I'm in resemble the locale from my dream?
It does not.
Okay.
No. It doesn't seem to be familiar.
I'm looking for ravens.
You don't see any ravens. You don't see anything, any like wildlife or anything. Only the odd call of a lone wolf in the distance is all you've really seen so far.
Alaric is not looking for ravens.
And I just go,
Oh no. Alaric shits his pants.
So I'm still looking at Sparkle. What the hell did you do when you raised the head and
Well,
now we're here?
that's how I had to get Pimever.
You just said we're back. What does that mean?
Wait, what did you say? That's how we had to get what?
That's how I had to get Pimever back, my friend.
Who?
Pimever,
Who's-
my friend.
Who's Pimever? Is
Oh.
that somebody I should know?
no, it's his friend.
He's my closest friend. He's why I was looking for Iarno.
But is he back? I don't see him.
I don't see him either, but we were here the last I saw him.
So you were here.
I think so.
So you were here before you joined up with us.
Right.
Okay.
Do you know where we are?
No, my first time here, we were pulled in a mist that looked like the one we just went in.
How
Next
did
thing I
you
know,
get?
we were in some crazy house, and I lost my friend Nemrut, and then Pimever. I think I'm losing him too.
Hey, Sparkle, I got a question for you, lad. How long have you had Stinkbag with you?
Oh, a few years.
Where did you find him?
In the woods, where I find all my friends.
All right. Anyone else creeped out?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Alaric.
remain purposefully silent on a lot of things. So you guys are gonna have to dialogue amongst yourselves. I'm not gonna add anything to anything.
So I
recommend
look
we
up.
go down the trail.
I look up and I notice that all the stars are upside down and backwards, and they're all messed up.
Okay. I don't know what that means by upside on him. Oh, you're saying you're hallucinating, or they actually are?
No, I say the stars aren't where they usually are, lads. Don't anyone notice this but me.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
somewhere
Oh,
Thank God that place sucked.
When we came here last time, we got pushed into some house that tried to kill us. And then we ran into some kind of lord dressed fancy, and he looked like a noble, but creepy. And then he told us that if I ever wanted to see Pimever again, that I needed to bring Iarno's head and show it to the moon on the full moon.
Do you still?
Is that-
Where's the head? Do you still have the head?
Do I have the head?
You do not. The head is now gone.
Okay.
What?
I don't see it.
so I guess we're not getting
Sam
back.
Hill?
You do still have the map to Waveka Cave for the record. Whoever was holding that, Thoradin or Deckard, I can't remember.
You all notice Deckard. I'm like, you see me reaching into the pockets of my trench coat, and you hear me jingling coins around, and I'm pulling coins out, and I'm looking at them in my hands, I got like gold coins. I put them back, and I pull out some copper. I'm like,
And check
What's
for
wrong,
those-
Deckard?
what? So, I had a bunch of silver. Who took my silver? I had like 150 silver. Someone going through my pockets when I was sleeping.
It wasn't me.
Won't be mad if you did. But just tell me.
No.
No, not me, sir.
Not me, lad.
And anyone else missing anything?
I'll start patting my pockets and checking.
Check your character sheet.
Are you talking to all of us?
Whoever's interested.
I just have a phone. What do you think?
I don't remember what I had before. I feel like it changed though.
So as you guys are kind of going through your coin purses after Deckard says that, everyone realizes that they have all the coin that they had a moment ago, except no silver.
Okay, that's what I thought. I knew something wasn't right there. Okay.
Spargo, you also noticed you had a small spike that's now missing as well.
So when everybody starts, I guess Deckard started searching for all his missing things. Alaric did not start looking for his coin. He just grabbed on his back and made sure that his greatsword was there. Seems like it is. He's good.
All right.
Got everything I need.
Yep, that's all I need. That's how I get dinner and places to live.
My dagger's gone.
What's gone?
I had dagger. And my silver's gone.
What kind of dagger was it?
It was silver.
So I checked for Talon. I reached for Talon, and I'm checking to see if I still have it.
You reach behind, a little bit nervous that you're going to just grab for air after everything else is going on, and your hand makes purchase around the hilt, and you kind of feel that warm glow of your favorite weapon, and you're good.
All right, so I want to do something. I want to grab Sparkle by the neck and lift him up.
Okay.
Sorry,
Sparkle, are you gonna attempt to not let him do this, or are you just gonna let him lift you off the ground?
When he grabs me by the neck, I cast shield.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, and Matt, I can do rolls for you if that helps. Since you're not. Yeah. I was gonna say Matt needs to make a grapple strength check, and Sparkle, you can do dex or strength, depending on whether you want to try to force yourself from his grasp or dart away. But you can cast as a reaction. You can cast shield. Is that true?
Well, yeah, it's not
But
gonna.
that's not going to do anything here on a grapple attempt.
And I have Tavern Brawler. I don't know if that helps.
Oh, you took a feat.
I did. I took Tavern
Good for
Brawler.
you,
love
man.
it.
That's the way to do it. That's
I
why.
love you
That's
with
why I
Tavern
did it.
Brawler.
Brawler.
It's so
I don't give a
perfect.
shit about stats and
I'm gonna be
min-maxing.
smashing bottles of people's heads and shit.
That's awesome.
It's good. I'm
That's
glad you
awesome.
did it.
All right. So let's see. Matt, you're going to do your strength check plus 3. Sorry, I rolled good for you. So so Thornton, you go to grab Sparkle. He tries to dart out of the way, but your just meaty little fist grabs him from the shirt, and you hold him up off the ground. Now you're only a couple inches taller than him, so you're holding him up this way, but his feet are only a couple inches off the ground. He's like kicking and squawking at you.
Hey, let me go.
I want to ask you a few questions, lad.
Okay.
I've been having a weird
But
dream
you don't have to
about-
pick me up for that.
Oh, I think I do, lad. Who did you tell that we had to come here, the 4 of us?
I just told you. Some guy who looked like a lord. He was dressed fancy. My friend disappeared right in front of me. He said, if you ever want to see him again, you need to get Giano's head and show it to the moon, at the full moon. That was 2 weeks ago.
Did you have to bring us here or just the head?
I didn't. He just said, if I ever want to see him again, then show him the head. And if I did, he'd return him unharmed.
I think you're a liar, Gnome. I think you're a filthy liar. I think you're supposed to bring us here.
Well, I don't want to be here.
Can
I only want to bring you here.
can Alaric make a I guess
You know-
deception check mid observation
I-
of this argument
I
of
will say, I did
Sparkle?
mention most of it. No,
You can
guys.
do an insight check.
Insight. Yeah, insight. Yeah, I'm sorry.
If either one's being deceptive,
Yeah.
Who would you like to make an insight check?
Well, I'm very confident that Thoradin's not, and I'm also a little cautious with Spargle right now since we got teleported to the Nether Realm. So,
So who are you most suspicious of that you're trying to see if they're...
Spargle.
All right. Can you guys just like roll me on Slack maybe?
Can I
I don't do anything, right?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna roll something, and then go ahead, Alaric. You can roll your insight check if you want to roll it behind the scenes. You can.
How can I roll behind the scenes?
I meant Alaric.
Yeah.
You can
So
just-
I can just. What do I do? How do I just? I type /roll.
Yep. And then just do your 1d20 plus.
Can I
2.
add the do they allow you to
Yeah.
do modifiers in it?
Yep.
So I literally type 1d20 plus 2.
Yep. Okay. There's your response.
Thank you.
Spargle Thoradin, what else would you like to do at this point?
Do you have any other questions, or can I be put down now, please?
Alaric's gonna. I assume he's close to them because he was interested in this conversation. He's gonna go up and put his arm around Thoradin and just tell him, that Spargle seems as nervous and scared as we are at this point,
All right, throw him
and
down.
and we should just try to work together right now.
Hold on, I'm looking at one thing real quick here. I should have had this all pulled up.
I throw him down and I say, I feel like you'll be leading us into a trap, lad. I keep my eye
I
out.
believe I told you about Pimever the first time I saw you.
I think you led us
Maybe
into
you guys don't remember
Yeah,
so good, but
I remember it. I didn't know you were going to take us to Nightmare Zone.
Look at that.
I don't think this guy was good on his word.
I had a dream that you were supposed to lead us into that castle.
You had a dream. You had a dream, Thoradin?
I had a crazy dream, lad. Crazy,
That I did?
that you were supposed to lead us into a trap.
Was it like a really real dream? Like,
So you just had a bad
I
dream.
felt like it was real.
What you're saying?
Was it
I had a bad dream too.
real dream?
Was it a real?
Was
it
it
a
like
dream?
was it a fucking real dream or was it a fake fucking dream, man?
Was it a dream that felt real, but it was like a dream in the real world, but
Yeah.
not?
Can't feel my face.
Deception, lad.
But it was really bad.
Hey Adam, can you next time you have to speak as Alaric, can you talk as him so that I can imagine how he talks?
I don't know
Just
how
you're
he.
usually like Alaric says this, like I want to I want you to act like him, like we all do. Come on.
I don't know
come on.
because I do. It's poor, but I do try to act like him because he's a half orc, which would probably, in my mind, be a little brutish, like talking. But he's always strived to be very human-like and hide his orc heritage. So it's like he tries to like talk slowly, and he probably sounds dumb sometimes, even though he's really not dumb, based on my stats. But like he tries very hard to just like talk normal and not seem barbaric.
Okay.
So it just sounds like me, just
So
a little
he
slower.
wants to kind of put off a different vibe than his own like profession in a way.
Exactly.
Okay.
He's a refined barbarian.
How?
Very much
real
so.
quick, I gotta ask: is my guy the most? I'm trying to be somewhat gnome-like, but is that?
Oh
the
no,
most
you're
annoying?
spot on.
Dude, yeah,
I think.
yeah.
fucking
you're right
perfect.
on.
You're like every
Okay.
gnome and warlock,
Okay.
or gnome warlock mage I've ever ran into in World of Warcraft,
Okay,
and how
I
I've,
just don't
how
wanna
I've heard it
annoy
in
that.
my head.
All right, as long as I'm not annoying the living shit out of you guys.
No, I love
Well,
it.
I mean, you are, but that's the point.
Well, yeah, right, exactly.
Like,
No, it's like
Shots fired.
perfect.
it's like
Okay.
Fired.
it's like lie to me. Lie is in the character that Dan played.
Yeah. That guy
Oh,
was.
I thought you were
hilarious.
saying like lie to me, like tell me
He
lies.
was he a halfling or a gnome? I can't remember now.
He was halfling,
Ah,
He was
Halfling, yeah.
yeah.
little one.
That's right. I loved it. It's so cool. So Lark's gonna kind of like take a step back, and it's gonna look like he maybe just stepped in dog poop or something. Just something that he didn't notice he stepped on. There was like a little bag on the ground, and he's gonna grab it and open it.
And for the record, since you mentioned it, this mud here does feel like tarry dog poop. It's like real, like it's molasses when you
Mucky.
walk through it. And yes, so you lift your foot, and it's almost like this leather bag is like sort of stuck to the bottom of your foot. When you open the sack, it's full of coins. They're Electrum coins, and they're unlike any that you've ever seen before. They're really shiny, and they have the profile of a man, a noble-looking George Washington on the quarter kind of look, but with like a strong profile. You've never seen these coins before. You've never seen this profile before, and they're Electrum. And there is 180 of them. And there's a little red ribbon tied around the sack, and there is a I don't think I have this loaded, so I'll just have to describe it right now, but I'll get it to you next time. You see like what looks like a little bit of a symbol that has like an outstretched bird-like griffin-ish looking sort of creature with a profile of with like a coat of arms behind it, and like a large, what looks like a very tall, narrow castle.
Wait,
So this is on the coins.
This is a seal on the coins.
And this is none of this is familiar to any of us at all. I
Nope.
guess, am I the only one looking at this, or is everybody looking at
That's
this?
what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, everybody's looking,
You guys are in like a campfire circle kind of stance, and you all stood up, and there people are watching you
Okay.
unload the thing. You're the one that got the closest look to it though, and no, you haven't seen it before. Others
I?
could.
Yeah, what kind
Um,
of coins is that?
Four.
If anybody thinks they may have seen this before, go ahead and roll like a history check.
Hey, yeah, can I look at it when I lark? I just say, can I see one?
I'm wondering,
Mhm.
Dan, if I've seen this exact sack before.
Okay. You go ahead and roll just make a general.
Like I'm talking within the last 8 hours.
I got you.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Okay. You're gonna roll a perception check. No, hold on.
I did a history. Dan.
Yep. No, you're good there. I'll get to you in a second. Yeah, just make a Will, can you just do a wisdom check?
Yeah. Well, solid. Continuing those great rolls.
What's that with your
9.
modifier? 9. It does look vaguely the same size of a bag. You're not sure. I mean, but there's probably every coin purse type of sack would be roughly this size, so you're not really sure. Spargle, you look at the coin and the profile looks very familiar to you. You can't- The profile of the face on the coins
Okay.
looks like extremely familiar to you, as if you recognized it maybe from a previous foray into this area.
Yeah.
You're welcome to elaborate on that for the group.
That's the guy. That's the guy that took Pim Ever. That's the fancy dress guy.
Do you know his name?
No. I
Is
only
he
saw him
nice?
for a second.
He's not nice. Never mind.
Is he nice?
He did not seem nice.
Ha-
He took my friend.
So you don't know who
Right.
this is, but he took your friend, and you don't know where we are.
That's right.
How did you get involved with all of this? Was this like one? Did you have like one bad bender of a weekend, and you don't remember any of it?
We were making our way to Waterdeep. Next thing I know, we're in a different space. Last thing I remember is that fog that came out, the scary looking fog that came in on us. Same thing happened to us. Next thing I knew, I was here. And then he sent me to get Iarno and left me in Phandalin.
So how did you get from here, wherever we are, to Phandalin? Was it another
I don't know, same
mist
thing.
portal?
I don't remember the mist that time. It was just kind of all faded out. I kind of went to sleep. Just like this time, but I didn't have a scary dream.
Well, let's add up all the facts here. We're missing all our silver. We all had some crazy ass dream. I don't know who the hell we are. When I look down the path, is it just go on to infinity each way?
And
You
beyond.
start- as you look down the path, you now start to realize that what you earlier thought was maybe the moon is in fact the sun starting to come up. So it is dawn, as some of you suspected, except the sun itself just looks weird, almost like the moon. Or it's a very, I mean, you can look right at the sun. You could stare at the sun. It's almost like
So it's like weak and sickly and pale.
yeah, it's a weak, sickly, pale sun.
So is it cold?
It is cold here. It's like, it's like 50 some degrees. It's just on that borderline of you can't decide if it's cold, if you're cold or warm, but it's just enough that you're starting to feel a little bit sort of achy in your bones. Like you'd like to be in front of a fire, but you're not freezing or shivering.
Mm-hmm.
Right on that edge, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So Decker, you look down the path, and now that the very muted sun has started to rise, it starts to sort of light up the path a little bit further down the road, and you start to realize this is a road, as muddy and just torn up and stinky as it is, and you start to see there's black pools of water that stand like dark mirrors in and around the muddy roadway. The giant trees that I described before loom on both sides of the road, their branches sort of clawing at the mist. And again, these trees are something strange about the trees and the shadows that they're now casting from this muted sun is the shadows even look wrong. Like they're odd shapes to the trees. They're not like uniform and like sort of in a ratio with the trees. Like some are skinny, some are fatter and wider. The shadows themselves seem to waver a little bit. It's just off.
So
little bit.
we're in the upside
This is
down.
already fucking
Officially,
cool.
right?
This is so cool.
It's not the upside down. There are no demogorgons here. I promise you. I don't promise you.
Yeah.
There's
So
none
you
that you
say.
see in your immediate vicinity. At that, I'm gonna sort of take you to a very unimpressive at this moment overland map, which we can continue to use. You may have to scroll out quite a bit to see anything. And Adam, as you're driving the stream, I'll let you tell me if you see things
All
the
right,
right way.
hold on, let me zoom out a little bit.
And I would suggest zooming in and going to the far right side of the map and just sort of leaving it zoomed in as much as possible.
All right, I think I can. Oops.
Did you find where you're open on the map there? Do you see the little black marker with the arrow?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do to show you guys where you're at. Matt, are you good still?
Yeah, I can't really do much, but
No, that's fine. There's not a lot to see here. You can do this kind of all in your head at this point.
So when we walk, are our feet like sticking to this tar?
Yeah, you're trudging through it, but you're moving really slow, and the stench is pretty bad.
Stench like just. I mean, like corpse
It's that-
stench or
no, not that kind of smell. It's more of like that. You lift an old log and you get that peat kind of smell.
Oh,
to
yeah.
it, that
Yep,
peaty-
got it.
But it's that with less like this hint of like manure that just makes it a little more putrid. So it's not terrible like you guys are throwing out, but it's not pleasant. And your boots, and it's almost like your feet are getting heavy as you lift them out of the mud because they pull up so much mud with them. It's like you're walking with cement blocks on your feet. You keep kicking it off and shaking it off. Obviously, Alaric and Deckard are a little bit more used to this kind of stuff. The shorter folks are kind of having a little harder time.
I'm clearly like, ew.
Yeah, and you're just grossed out.
But I do have my nice bugbear shawl to keep me nice and warm.
You are staying
Thank you.
warmer than
Thank you,
ever.
Well, I draw my hand crossbow and start kind of slowly making my way. I mean, so is there only one way that the path goes, or
Behind you, no, the path goes east and west. To the east, it is that swirling blackness. As you kind of look through the trees, you can see about 30 feet of trees, 50 feet of trees, and then you just see that wall of blackness.
Does that it's a wall like? But is it like the fog again? Like that took us kind of?
Yeah, it's very identical. Yes, it's that. It looks like the same sort of substance, and it sort
Okay.
of it just wavers and back and forth, almost like a wall.
Don't touch that. That stuff hurts.
You're pointing to the east.
To the fog that he's describing. Yeah.
wow, what happens?
It hurts. Bad. Last time we were here, it pushed us to a village.
Put to a village?
It pushed us to a village.
So are you saying if we walk into that, we might get somewhere that's
Yeah,
Nothing.
dead.
what's that?
Yeah, dead.
Dead? We'll be dead. What?
Yeah, that's where you want to go. It'll help you get there.
Wait, time out. So
It'll help you get there.
What a weirdo.
no, you're confusing me. So if I walk into this black stuff, it'll take me to a village?
No, it pushed us. Last time we were here, this smoke's not, or this fog's not moving. Last time it came at us, and when we touched it, tried to let it go through us, it just burned and hurt. I think it could be like an acidic type of thing.
Well, there's only one way to go. Why don't we start making our way down this path?
I think that's a great idea.
All for it. Go west,
Yep.
young man.
All right. Can you guys give me a sort of marching order, or explain?
Alaric will take the lead, if that's okay.
Yeah, I go. Deckard says, "Hey, hit points. Why don't you take the lead?"
He hit points.
I'll bring up the rear.
Ugh.
So I'll just go somewhere in the middle, I guess.
Ugh.
All right, hold on a second. So Alaric, you're gonna kind of lead the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Then who? Then Deckard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go second.
All right. You guys like shoulder to shoulder or one single file?
Just put me on auto follow.
I'm holding his hand.
Ass
Put
to
me on
ass.
auto follow. Yeah, we're holding hands. We're making like a chain, like a daisy chain.
All right. Who's
I'm
behind
scared.
that? Who's behind the love train? Thornton.
Yeah, you notice Thornton isn't feeling right. He's just a little adamant still.
He's got
Not
put his
feeling
bugbear cloak on and grabbing a citrus fruit.
A citrus fruit.
All right, and then Blackwin, you're bringing up the rear
I'm at the end of the human
as
centipede.
expected, and Sparkle, you're kind of wedged in the middle there.
Yeah, I'll just get. Yeah, if I can get. I don't know. I'll just kind of poke my way in somewhere.
Okay. All right. So you guys start. So how long do you want to kind of travel on this road? I don't know if Will, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You're going at it for a couple hours down this road, kind of trudging through, and it's a lot more of the same. the path is heading sort of straight due west from where you're at. The trees are the same trees. You're continuing to see this sun sort of rise as you're over your behind you, and you keep seeing these like sort of puddles of water and stuff. After you travel for about 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, you Decker and Alark, make a quick perception check for me.
Sure thing.
Oh, is that me? Oh, look at that roll.
Hey, a real roll.
Sorry, I'm so
23.
stupid. I don't know why this all reloaded.
You guys might need to change your colors again too, because we're on a new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what
Oh.
wizard was.
Why did it? have to do that?
You're pretty close, Spargo. You probably leave yours the way it is.
Okay.
Alark rolled a 60. Okay, so Deckard, as you're walking down this path, you haven't seen anything for 2 to 3 hours, and there, off just to the side of the path, sort of like trudging around, is a single solo sort of figure. And he walks alone with the stride and bearing of one who knows fear. He's clad in a rusty armor, and it clutches a gleaming longsword in its pale hand and kind of looks like it's ready to fight something. It almost like seems like it's just looking around, you know, just kind of like wandering from one side of the path to the other, peeking its head in the trees. It has its back to you and is looking further towards the west.
How far away is it?
About 70, 80 feet down the path. It doesn't seem to have spotted you yet.
I'm gonna.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Does Alark see it?
He did not yet. So,
Okay, so I
you
nudge
can call it out, of course.
Alaric and I point ahead. See that? The hell is that?
Hit points, you hear that?
Alaric, so Deckard points and you see the same thing. You see this armed, sort of confidently walking figure all by himself, going from side to side, just kind of like almost like scouting the area.
The hell is
I'm just gonna look at Deckard and I go, "What do you want to do?"
Can we sneak closer and see if we can get a better look?
I guess.
Can we try and sneak up, maybe off to the side in the trees and?
Yep. Who's getting closer and who's sneaking?
I'll go with Deckard.
Yeah, we can both go.
I'll start sneaking ahead.
All right.
So
Maybe kind of like
before
throw a
we
hand
go,
up to
I
everybody
turn back
behind
to the
us.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You, yeah, I'm like, hey, there's something up here. We're gonna try and get a better look. Keep an eye out.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reveal the rest of the area here because now you're seeing quite a bit down the path. Can you see it now?
No, I can't.
No?
Mm-mm. Can you guys?
I cannot.
I don't see
Wait,
anything.
what are you seeing? You're not seeing anything? Hold on a second.
I just see the original little block with a little black marking.
Oh, hold on a second. Fucking roll 20. We ain't on the right map. Okay. Sorry. I didn't move you guys. I moved me.
Oh,
Oh, that's a lot different.
oh yeah, that's way different. Okay.
All right. So now this is what you see. You see this sort of this pathway open, trees along the side. This is where this is obviously the thing moving back and forth across the street. And Alaric and Deckard, you've turned to your party and said you're doing this. So just kind of show me where you'd like to sort of approach from.
This log up here looks like a nice little place for cover.
Okay.
So we're gonna kind of like get off to the right here and creep up.
Yeah, like sneak off this way.
Okay.
Is he have I noticed him, or has anyone else noticed him yet, or just these guys?
I kind of
Well-
pointed him out to you guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Once you point them out, once you literally just point in that direction, and the party sees that you guys are interested in something, everybody becomes aware of this figure down the road.
Okay.
And he's not moving towards us, though, is he?
No, he's not. He's almost moving away. He's kind of zigzagging from one side of the path to the other, kind of poking his head into the trees, and then coming to the other side. So he's moving slowly.
Okay.
So I'll follow
Right.
your lead, Deckard.
Yeah, so I just sneak my way kind of over here, like to get a better look from behind this.
Okay.
We'll
Fall
assume
and
that I'm
train.
right with him.
All right. And then can you guys both make a stealth check?
Yeah.
Here, I'll right. So
Ugh. 9 for me.
18.
You big loud fuck.
Okay. You guys sludge through the mud, and it's making like that slurping noise as it kind of suction cups through you. And but this thing seems really preoccupied and keeps moving further down the path and doesn't seem to notice you now. Who is so Deckard? Can you make an insight check for me? Now that you've gotten closer, you got a better look.
These rolls. 23.
Whoa.
23.
Quit stealing
Okay.
all my rolls.
So now that you kind of tuck behind this log and you look over right as this figure turns and faces towards you again, and you now see very clearly that this thing is hasn't been alive for a while. It's got gray, pale, sort of rotting skin, as you would expect like a zombie to have. But it has nice chainmail and a really nice sword. And it looks back and forth, but you just notice in its eyes you see it's got sunken in, sort of glowing eyes that don't look human, and just seething hatred as you kind of perceive it kind of coming from its face as it continues to like angrily sort of march back and forth across this path.
Sounds really friendly.
I'm just gonna throw it out there, like out of character. I have a feeling that we're not gonna do a whole lot of like haggling and threatening people. I think people are just all these things are gonna want to kill us all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
I
think you're about right.
guess I change a look with Alaric, like
What in the Sam
pull
hell?
my heavy crossbow off my back. I kind of like show it to him, like, oh,
When you do that, I'm gonna give you the nod, and I'm gonna put my hand on my sword. We're really far away from them.
well, I'm wondering if I whisper to Alaric, we could cut it back to the group.
I like it.
I
Want
got
me to-
that term from a game I used to play called World of Warcraft.
Game I used to
I
play.
used to play. I'm gonna suggest that Alaric is gonna run out there and maybe distract it,
I like it.
and then I'll run back towards the group.
All right.
And I don't know if you want to start shooting it then, or how you want to do it. Maybe that would buy us time if you start plinking it.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to go run out there and try and hit it with a javelin, or take a swing at it and run back towards the group, I'll shoot it as it goes by.
I like it. So I'm gonna go. I'm
And,
gonna go like
I'm-
right. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna work, Dan. So I mean, maybe I'll go like right here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if is that gonna like alert him, or can I just safely do that at this point, or
What do you want to do? Are you trying to be sneaky?
yeah.
Or are you trying
No,
to draw attention?
No,
If you're
I
trying to
kind of
sneaky roll a stealth check. If you're
Right.
trying to draw extra attention to yourself, roll a performance check.
I'm gonna try to get. Now I'm gonna try to get right here. And I'm not gonna try to be sneaky, but I'm just gonna mosey out.
Okay.
And then regardless, I mean, if I get there successfully, no, whatever. Yeah, if I get there, I'm gonna try to throw a javelin at him.
Okay. As you walk out from behind this log where you and Deckard were trying to be a little quiet, and you just sort of slosh out there. The sort of sucking, slurping noises of the mud make quite a bit of commotion, and this creature turns and looks towards you, and its sort of hollow eyes lock in on yours as its long sword points in your direction, and it says, "Who goes there? Who comes down this trail?" and it's starting to plod towards you.
You tell him what's up.
The Fandolin 5.
I love it.
Fabulous. The fabulous Fandolin 5, all with a PH.
I'm gonna.
the
All right.
fire.
So Alaric's gonna put his hand up in the air, almost like waving. But really, he's going to draw a javelin. He's putting his hand up in the air, waving, kind of like mimicking him, right? Like an undead, like just moving around, like kind of lazily. What?
See what he's got to say.
I mean, he asked who goes there. I'll just be like, it's us. What's up?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna ask him. Hey, what's up, man?
You literally say that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey,
You
what's up?
literally say that? He
I mean, what if he
looks
talks
at you
back?
and says-
We don't know until he's like, I'm gonna kill you, right?
Right.
No, you say
I'm
what's
sorry, I
up.
don't mean
and
to-
he goes up. That,
Oh, he's got
always
no
the
intelligence.
darkness, always the darkness, always the moon.
Oh, he's the
And then he plods closer to you and he goes, "Who goes there?"
I'm Alaric Rendar. Who are you?
I bear a great burden as a knight of the Silver Order.
Okay.
Are you in league with the Dark One?
Yes.
So
Sorry.
I'm gonna.
I'm in character.
Yeah, right. You're in my character. I'm gonna like my eyes will get real wide when I say it too, because obviously I'm like so confused about all this. I'm gonna go, of course.
Oh no.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be like, of course, like yeah.
no.
He says, another minion of Strahd to kill. Roll initiative, everybody.
Oh.
Would have been really nice to just hit him with a fucking javelin in the face.
Is there a way for me to do that?
I guess Dan will just roll it for you. Right?
Oh, yep, I'll do that.
You could, Matt. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but you could technically roll on Slack to Dan if you want, unless that's a pain in the ass for you guys.
Yeah, what's the
If you just message Dan directly, you could just type / roll whatever.
Where were these rolls?
Did you see my roll by chance?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Revenant with longsword, initiative 10.
Yep.
I just rolled a natural 20. Look at
So
look at
did
you
I.
and me, Adam.
I wish I would have been when I was attacking.
Right.
Also, now that you guys are close enough, I'll show you this. This is kind of what you see. Matt, you don't get to see it.
Revenant.
Oh, yeah, you could do that, Matt. That's perfect. Okay. That worked
I
great.
just don't know what my modifier is offhand.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna try a thing.
Oh. We need to. Yeah, what's up?
Matt, I'll send you that message. I'll send you that image of this guy on Slack, if you want to see it.
All right, so let's see. Matt got a 14. I mean, yeah, 15.
Ooh. Yes.
All right, it should be there now, Matt, if you want to see it.
Oh God,
And let's see.
he doesn't look so good.
Blackwin.
Looks like me after 3 years of playing Warcraft in the basement.
Yeah, that's you and Brandon doing arena.
Just like going bald, trying to kill people in real life.
That's you rated 2200.
I really thought he was gonna be our friend.
I think you think all the enemies are gonna be our friends.
Well, no, when he said that he's with the Great Dark One, I figured like this guy's clearly friends with the Dark guy. You know?
God damn it! I can't get Deckard out from under this tree. Hold on a second.
What do you need me to do? I can move it.
No, it's roll 20. All right, so let me see this turn order again. So Thoradin was all right.
15.
Let's see, Blackwyn ahead of Thoradin, Deckard at the top, Alaric 23, Spargle 19 is behind Blackwyn. Okay. All right. So yeah, and then as he says, another minion of Strahd to kill, and he starts charging towards you, Deckard, he hasn't spotted you. You're hiding behind Matt. I thought that was a fucking static picture for a second. Yeah, so Deckard, he hasn't spotted you, but he's walking right towards you, towards Alara.
Got it. So would this be an attack of surprise? Like, do I get advantage here?
No, he's not surprised. He's
Got it.
because you know what I mean.
Yeah,
He's aware that there's combat going on, so he's not.
Got it.
He doesn't have the surprised condition because Alaric kind of.
So
what's up?
2, 3, 4. I'm gonna jump acrobatically. I jump up, push off of this log here. Take another big stride and burst out of the brush on the side of the road. I toss my heavy crossbow off to the side. Well, I don't know if you'll allow me to do this, but and draw my dagger and hand crossbow. Or not.
I mean, we haven't really been in combat yet, so you didn't really have anything equipped. So if your objective's to grab your weapons as you're moving, I'll let you do that.
Okay.
Sorry,
Let's say
Dad,
that-
it's white.
Let's say everything was stored, and you're
It's white.
as you're running forward, you're grabbing
Got
it.
the weapons. I'm good
No,
with
it's white.
So I burst out of the
No, it's night.
brush, flying through the air, trench coats flailing behind me, and I come straight down on this thing with my dagger going right for like its neck, shoulder area, and attack.
that. All right.
And what do I have now? I know my stuff. So I have a +7 to hit. Yeah, 15.
15. And this is an attack with what now?
My dagger.
Your dagger? And you're throwing it as you're
No,
running forward?
I'm coming like midair.
Oh,
down to jam
okay.
it
So
into
you wanna move yourself to
Yeah,
where
sorry.
where you're at?
Yeah, I burst out of the trees.
Okay, you can just get there. I mean, that's like with the stumbling over the tree and all that stuff. You're just getting there and throwing your dagger in there. But just do good. That's fine.
Well, how much movement do I lose from the tree?
This is all like semi-difficult terrain. You'll get there though. You're like 5, 10, 15, 20 from there. You're good.
Okay. And I rolled a 15.
15. All right, yeah. So you come flying up over this log and like around this tree as this creature's storming towards Alaric, and you get behind it and jab your dagger into its back. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed all that.
Nothing's happened really yet. So you hit it for 6?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, and you stick this dagger into its back as it suddenly becomes aware of you, and it kind of like looks over. It just turns its head. Its expression doesn't really change. It still has this like hate-seething eyes as it looks at you and looks back at Alara.
Got it. And then I just take my crossbow and jam it right up into his ribs and shoot that.
All right. So you do that, and it's got this like nice chainmail on, but the chainmail is all shitty and kind of ripped apart. But for whatever reason, the where you stuck that crossbow was a chunk of good chainmail, and it doesn't pierce.
It is insane how much I miss with my crossbow.
Yeah, they
I'm
rolled
lucky
a
they
2,
got
right?
With a +9 to hit. I can't remember the last time I hit something was when I shot the wolf. That's like
Can-
the only
can you
time I
revoke-
killed something.
Can you revoke
In 3
Crossbow
sessions.
Expert from him or no?
What's that?
You've been degraded to crossbow trainer.
I have
Yeah,
been,
can-
yeah.
Can you like downgrade him?
All right, and
need to
so
pull my
yeah, and then I
crossbow
stand there and I pull my pants down and bend over.
Oh.
He says, "Don't mind if I do."
Alaric is shocked, but not that shocked.
Alaric, it is your turn.
Wait, did he really do that, or did you just?
No,
No. Okay, so just completely stunned that my my persuasion of this undead beast just didn't work. I don't know how.
We did learn what he was.
Yeah, right. I'm going to as my bonus action, I'm gonna use my rage. And I'm going to run up with my greatsword in my hand. So 5, 10. And I want to make sure I'm doing this right because this is new. I'm going to take a cut at him. I am going to attack recklessly. Hold on, I want to make sure I use my rage. And what's the best way of saying this every time? I'm not going to read this whole fucking thing. I'm going to use my feet.
Great weapon master.
Yeah. So I basically just lose -5 on both hit dice. So I'm rolling, instead of a +6 on my d20, I'm rolling a +1.
Say again. Okay. Before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon that you're proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll.
Yep.
So your attack roll right now
Is
with your greatsword.
1d20 +6.
So you're gonna do +1.
6.
Yeah, he
Right,
sacrificed
right.
hit for damage,
Yep.
essentially.
Okay.
But I am attacking.
Okay. Recklessly lets you
Roll twice.
give it roll twice, but only with +1. So you're rolling twice, advantage +1 to hit.
Yep.
Cool.
So 19.
All right.
So I'm going to go with the 19. Hopefully that hits.
Yes. So that's a hit.
Okay,
so
so...
You bring your greatsword down. And then what you want to explain what you're doing to the rest of the group in terms of, just give it some flavor.
Yeah, so that seemed like a pretty good hit to me, almost a critical strike. So, Alaric's gonna put a little bit of extra effort into this one. This seems like an evil being to him, although he's not very knowledgeable of what this thing is. So he's gonna like really dig deep into his soul and put some extra energy into this swing. And I want to make sure I'm getting all these fucking numbers right. So 2d6 +4. I
Plus
get
2. for
right,
attacking
plus 2
recklessly, plus 10. So it's
no
12.
+2 for the rage. So it's 2d6 +6 plus 10 base on that.
Damn.
Because I just get that +10 for hitting.
So it's plus 16.
Is that how I should just roll it? 2d6 +16, or will that?
Well, what's the hard damage? So you get
2d6
Plus
plus 4 is regular damage. Plus 2.
+2 for the rage.
Plus 10 for great weapon fire.
But I could just roll that 2d6 +16.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 24 damage.
Damn. That's sweet. So you're just like rearing up with this, like,
Yeah.
like huge.
Yeah.
I went like full anime on it. There was like lightning and all sorts
Yeah.
of overkill animations. There was like fireworks somewhere.
Like when your sword hits just the ground and the dust flies from you. Right?
Right. It's a small earthquake.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so you come down on it and you hit as hard. I mean, you guys have not seen Alaric's muscles bulge and his strike comes so true on something, and he hits this creature right between the neck and the shoulder. Nice soft spot. He comes down real hard, and Alaric almost looks shocked by how little it pierces through this creature's sort of shoulder. And the sword just kind of bounces back up, and the creature looks down, and there's a chunk out of his shoulder, but he now turns back. He turns towards Alaric from Deckard and starts glowering at him.
Y'all fucked up.
Even more
Damn,
serious.
that's a lot of
Y'all,
HP. It's got.
24 damage. Didn't
I don't think
hit,
it did.
y'all fucked
I don't think it did 24 damage. I think it did 12.
Oh, because of its defenses.
He's probably like resistant to whatever piercing or bludgeoning or something like that.
Because he's got the mail.
Right.
Blackwind, it's your turn.
He's got shitty mail.
Okay.
That's the damn
That
thing.
means we need our wizards to kill him.
So I walk up to here, and while I'm walking, I'm like, I'm really sorry about that. I've met some reasonable dead people before. It won't happen again. And I decide to cast Witch Bolt. So I extend my hand. Oh.
So that's a great hit. All right, so you're casting Witch Bolt.
Yeah, that's 2d12, right?
Yeah. And the durations? What is it? I'm sure the duration's fine. You're only about 40 feet away from him. Eldritch Blast, 20 feet.
It's 30 feet.
Or Witch Bolt's 30 feet.
1, 2.
Did you
Yeah,
move
you're
up?
gonna have to move a little bit closer if you want to. If
Did
you want
you-
to hit him there.
Yeah,
Can
did
I?
you
Am I
move your
Do I have
movement?
enough space?
Where'd you start from?
You were right next to Thoradin, so
Right
5,
here.
10, 15, 20, 25. What's your movement? 30? 20?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have any 60-foot spells?
I do.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to get close enough,
Bummer.
especially with
Okay.
this thick mud and everything.
Well, you,
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers then.
Okay.
it's 120 feet, isn't it?
That's 60. I mean, I could do a cantrip, but I feel like this guy. I want to do a big.
Yeah.
I want to
you
hit
can
him.
go.
No, you're good with Dissonant Whispers. Again, that's just a verbal spell. So as you're walking up, you're just kind of doing that creepy little arcane chanting at it again as you're walking towards it. Let's see. It must make a Wisdom savings throw against your 14? Is that what it is?
For my wisdom, I have
but
17 wisdom now.
Your save DC, your spell save DC. I think it should be 14. That's what it has.
14.
To roll
Yes, it
against.
is. Yes.
Okay. Good old white dice. Yeah. So as you do this, you're walking forward, and it's only been noticing these two fighter types right in front of it. Didn't even kind of look past and see you guys. It looks up almost confused, like as it hears this psychic sort of whispering in its mind. And go ahead and roll your damage.
I just did. 46.
Oh, you rolled the damage? 46?
So it's 14.
Yes, 46 damage.
4d6. 4d6. 46 dead.
Okay. So as you're doing this creature looks up. It looks at Alaric and Deckard almost confused. It still doesn't seem to make eye contact with notice that you're coming down the path. It just starts to hear and feel this crazy psychic whispering to it. It wriggles with pain from the damage that you're doing, and uses its reaction to sort of move away from you, further down the path.
That's a bummer.
Well, that's part of Dissonant Whisper.
Oh, to make it run away.
Yeah, so that's part of your spell.
Shit. Well, you guys can throw shit.
Well, you get up.
I mean, maybe now he's not going to melee you.
True.
right? Dan,
Pardon? What's that?
don't Adam and I get attacks of opportunity?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was he right in? Yeah, you guys were locked up in melee range.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
Good call. Thank you. Yeah, so you both, Alaric and Deckard, both get an attack of opportunity as this Revenant just sort of looks up in the air and turns around and starts to just flee for some reason in the other direction.
So I'm just gonna.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So when I get an attack of opportunity, can I do my crossbow expert thing? Or
I'll let you do whatever weapon for an attack of opportunity. I'm not. You don't really
Just
get a
one
chance
weapon.
to switch weapons. So whatever you had most recently. So you had your hand crossbow still, right?
Okay, so I'll fire my
With crossbow expert, I would let you load and fire one off real quick. That makes sense.
Yeah. So wow. I missed with my crossbow again.
You do. Not by much, but you do. So as the creature starts to walk in the other direction from the party, Deckard fires off a hand crossbow bolt, but it goes a little wide. Alaric, you get a swing at him as he was walking away as well. And your swing.
Stop that.
Your swing goes. Your greatsword swings. You were raging and bringing it down real hard, and you kind of come back up, and this time it thunks right down in the mud as the zombie-like creature just walks down the road. Spargle, it's your turn. Now you're quite a bit of ways from it, and you're a short little guy stuck in a bunch of mud.
Yep. Question for you. Did I hear them talking to him?
You heard them talking, but you didn't make out really what they were saying.
Got it.
You could
Okay,
quickly you could if you got a little closer, you could yell to Alaric or Deckard to hear something. But yeah.
And you said stuck in the mud. Do we have our normal movement or not?
Yeah, you have your normal movement at this point, but nothing beyond that.
Okay, so we got 5, 10, 15, 20. 60, about 60 feet for me. Looks like.
With a dash? You're doing it with a dash just to get
No,
closer?
I'm sorry. I'm moving right here, but I'm just.
Oh, how far away are you?
Yeah, like 60 feet, it looks like about, or 65. I'm cool with whatever
You're right about 60. I'll give you 60.
It doesn't matter. I have a 90-foot range.
Oh, yeah, you're 60, 65. You're good.
Okay. I am going to cast Scorching Ray at it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll. Let's see. 3.
Oh, I lost Matt again.
Maybe his internet's back up and he's switching back over to his PC.
Oh shit! That didn't do what I wanted it to do.
It's all right.
Hey, you got internet.
Well, back online.
Hey.
Jurassic Park is back online.
Boot.
26. Sorry, it's
Nedry.
So you make a ranged spell attack for each ray.
yeah. So I'm just
What you do?
doing it. I screwed that up. I thought it would do it like +7 for
Nah.
each one, but
Yeah, no. Just go ahead and roll your. How many rays do you have at this level?
let's see, 15 and then 16. So it was a 26, a 15, and a 23 to hit.
Say what were they again?
26, 15, and 23.
All three of them hit.
Okay. So let's see, 2d6 each one. So
I think my computer was causing the lag problems, by the way.
Might have been. It might
Because I feel like in Discord video, you're only as fast as the slowest connection. And I think it kind of like throttles it for everybody to kind of accommodate that person.
I could see that. So you're
good.
doing.
What a crappy roll.
You're doing 3D or 66 basically. Wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of low numbers there.
That sucked. 17.
All right, so Spargle kind of runs up the path, and he just starts almost like a 4th of July Roman candle. You just see like just 3 quick blasts of flame, and they all seem to almost follow each other in a straight line. You know what I mean? Like where they're following the same sort of trail as they come down. It's like boom, boom, boom. They all hit rapid sequence, and each one lands right in the middle of the Revenant's chest. And starts to almost to the point where the chainmail itself starts to glow like molten metal, and as it kind of thrashes around, it's still looking towards Alaric and Deckard, kind of looking in that direction with its angry eyes, as it had spun around after Blackwind sort of whispered it away and caught these 3 bolts right in the chest. Did a pretty good amount of damage, but he's not even wavering. He's just staring down at now 4 different
Thank God there's only one of these guys.
adventurers running towards him. Now, Thoradin, it's your turn. I don't know if you're back on the thing. You can see
I am on everything. Yep, I'm just loading up D&D Beyond now.
Yeah, take your time. You're a little bit down the path now.
Oh, okay. I could eat some popcorn.
You heard.
That's what I would say.
Are we taking a pee break? Is that what
You guys can if you want. It
Alright.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to real quick just say goodnight to the kids.
Yeah. It gives Matt time to get situated and figure his shit out.
Yep, okay.
How do I change my Roll20 avatar? I forgot.
Why did it reset with the new campaign?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll have to look. I'm not sure.
Hey Dan,
Yo.
what is that a picture of behind your desk there? Is that the Mass Effect thing?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That is the Elusive Man. He was he was like the Mass Effect 2 antagonist.
So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put on this wall behind me.
You should
I
get the
love that.
same thing, so every time you look at it, it motivates you to play Mass Effect.
I
Although
know.
there's companions in it.
There's companions in it.
Like a Nazi.
All right. So I'm gonna move. I can move 25 feet. So
I just found Chipotle chips and guac in my freezer or in my stuff. I think my wife's gonna kill me when it's not here tomorrow.
Dude, well done.
You and Dan should start a support group for husbands that steal their wives' and kids' food. I never do that. I always just eat shit that I know is for me.
No. If they know around here, if there's not a label on it or if it's not hidden, it's fair game after 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Especially if the basement smells like skunks again.
Did the kids ever say anything?
Nah, I'm pretty
That air thing you have works pretty good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
is this gentleman undead?
I don't know. I can't say.
I would like to see if this creature is undead. I would like to try and look ahead and see if this creature is undead. Using my affinity for holy magic, I would like to discern.
Can he detect evil or something?
Oh wait, yeah. Hold on a second. Thank you, Will. Where would I find that?
You can I'll let you make an intelligence check of some sort.
I feel like I have a spell. Divine Sense. As an action, you can detect good and evil. At the end of your turn, until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location. You can use this feature 3 times per long rest. What does that really do? If I can't see it necessarily, then it would let me know where it is. Like, what would be the application for that?
Which one is it again? What's it called?
Divine Sense.
It's like if you were going into like a crypt or something, right? Or whatever, a dungeon. And you were like, all right, I got to see if there's like anything, evil spirits or something like that that could potentially be a threat.
But it's a Renveniant. Usually those are undead.
So you can't, yeah, absolutely. No, you could use Divine Sense if you wanted to. Now that's going to cost you an action.
All right.
I would let you, being a paladin and from the upbringing that you are, I'd also let you make a religion check with a pretty low skill check on this one.
We're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead.
Okay, that's a freebie. That's just a do you know if this thing's an undead or not?
That's because I've been having a hard night and I have no internet. Like, let's just sink that in the game.
Gotta throw Matt a bone here every now and then. Oh God.
What did it say? I don't have my
A 4.
natural 1. So because I've been shitting and pissing on everything.
All I'm gonna say is you definitely know this thing is not natural and creepy.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do.
Up to you if you want to take the gamble on whether it's undead or not.
I'm gonna take the gamble. This fucking thing's undead. We're on the fucking upside down. I mean, come on. Oh well, if I reduce its speed, it can't move, and its turn is next. So that's good. If I do this and it can't move, its speed is 0. It can't move. It can't do anything, and then you guys can go up to it and waylay it. Okay, cool.
Is that how that would work? Or I mean, I guess we don't know what he has in his bag of tricks, right? Like he could, maybe he's got some ranged spell, right?
I could kind of pull the curtain back if you guys want, or I can kind of like role play it out and just kind of,
You do your thing, man.
All right, so Thoradin has been like kind of down since he's been here. This place is very dark and dank, and it's just not conducive to who I am as a paladin. Given the situation that brought us here, I've just been very just down, low energy. But then I see this thing moving around, and my visceral hatred for what I consider undead beings, which I believe this to be, it ignites me. So I get really mad, and light starts to envelope my body, and 2 orbs of light appear through my hand. I don't even know if this is how it works, but whatever.
However you describe it is awesome.
The 2 orbs.
I love when you guys do this shit. Make
2
it all
orbs of light just start glowing in my hands, and I push them towards this Renveniant. Revenant, I know. And because I believe him to be undead.
Revenant.
A Revenant, and I say, in the name of Tyr, you will stop and cease what you're doing. And I shoot all this light into him. Abjure enemy. So, Wait,
yeah. So after all of that, what the fuck were you actually doing?
Oh, this is Abjure.
Why don't we start with the ability you're using?
Abjure enemy.
Where am I finding that?
It's Channel Divinity. It's my
Oh, gotcha. All right. Okay, wisdom savings throw of 12. And undead have disadvantage on this throw.
Yes.
Oh.
That's why I chose to use it.
So it's undead?
That's what I took the gamble on.
Yeah.
He's making a joke.
That's probably a pretty safe bet.
All right. Adam sinks into the mud and drowns. Come on. I lost my wallet. Matt lost his internet. And Adam's just sitting there kicking us while we're down.
Got you with a loophole. It's an undead. He said it.
Matt, did you say in the name of Tyr?
Yes.
Hold on a second. I'm just reading.
So does it? I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen this ability used. So this pushes something back, or does it deal damage?
It reduces his speed to 0, so he can't move.
Okay, so you just like improved
He's
hamstring.
paralyzed.
Alright.
He's essentially paralyzed. And yes, so as Matt, there's no good symbol for this shit. All right. Oh, good. So I gave him all the symbols.
If he has all of them, he's paralyzed. It's fine.
He's all fucked up. He's got all the debuffs. It's like a fucking raid mob. Kind of is. All right. So yeah. So Thornton does exactly as he described, and the Revenant, for the first time, you see his eyes go from glaring hatred and just piercing anger to a little bit wide-eyed and almost a sense of fear coming from this creature as it stands there completely frozen and kind of staring and quivering as it looks at this dwarf who's just sort of trudged his way through the mud and shown in his little glowing orb hands.
Orb hands, yes.
And anything else you can do at this point, Thornton?
That's casting a spell. Let me use my slot.
That was your action. Yeah, use that up. I think you can do Hunter's Mark with a bonus action if you ever want to. I don't know how that works. You got to concentrate on it. Just letting you know.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. I'll pass on that for now.
Okay. All right. And so now it's this creature's turn. It's the Revenant's turn, who is now literally shaking. He's holding his longsword in his hand, and he's looking around almost with like a confused, sort of scared look on its face. Sorry, 1 second.
So I got a headphone holder that has a wireless charger on it.
Oh, nice. I like it. Does it work good?
The charge is a little slow, but it's better than nothing.
That's cool.
The Revenant, looking around and scared, looks back over to Alark and Deckard, who are the closest to him. And he now makes eye contact with Alark. You see that little bit of fear in his face, but he points his sword at you and he says, "Vile servant of Strahd, you are my enemy." Make a wisdom savings throw at him.
Psycho.
Savings throws, top left, right? Yeah. Nice. Killing that one. Just.
You're not one that fears anything. You're raging right now. You're normally like, you don't care who you like 5 dragons could be in your way and you don't even sense it. But for some reason, when this Revenant points its longsword at you, you feel this overwhelming, crushing sense of just dread and fear. Like you think you could blink from existence at any moment because of this crazy creature in front of you. You are completely frozen and paralyzed. So you're paralyzed. Yay. Okay.
They got that going for you.
Okay. All right. You can take another savings throw at the end of your next turn if you want. With disadvantage.
Okay, what does paralyzed actually mean? Like I'm completely
go to
locked
your
up, or I can't move?
You can, if you want, just to kind of help, you can go to your sheet and add that as a condition.
Ah, good idea.
But I usually just click on it just to see what it means. You have disadvantage on ability and attack rolls while the Revenant is in your line of sight, and you can't move closer to the Revenant. Deckard, it's your
Can't move
turn.
or speak.
Can I get into melee range of this thing? Where I'm at?
Yep. Yeah, you can. Even though it's the thick mud and everything, you can get 30 feet right next to it.
Thinking. After I've been firing off this hand crossbow the last 2 turns, and because this is all kind of happening at the same time. After I missed that last one, you'd notice Deckard just looks at the hand crossbow in disgust, and he just throws it off to the side.
It lands in the mud,
Mhm.
sticking kind of like straight up, like you throw your 2-iron when you're pissed, and it kind of sticks into the fucking
Right.
fairway, and you're just like, fuck.
Right. And you use a 2-iron? Impressive. And
That's why I throw it.
No real reason
I
to
pull
have it.
my heavy crossbow off my back, cock the bolt, and I fire.
Okay, now hold on one second. He is, let's see. Losing track of a couple things here.
Did we get any kind of
He
like
is-
advantage because he's paralyzed or whatever?
He's frightened.
So is it? Does she have like advantage on attacks? Thoradin is in his range or something.
Yeah, he has a disadvantage on attack rolls while Thoradin's there. Yeah, and he can't move closer. So, but
Right.
no effect on this right now.
Got it. Okay.
Should you have had disadvantage when he was hitting me?
No,
Okay.
because he didn't make an attack roll.
Okay.
All right. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So he's standing there perfectly still, and you hit him, but he's got that chainmail on, and the bolt just sticks into the chainmail and doesn't seem to harm him.
I'm gonna stop using crossbows. This is.
Start rolling
Swear to
real
God,
dice.
Roll
Get a
20
second camera.
is not fixed against you, I swear. Alaric, it is your turn. Let me see. So you can make at the end of your turn. You can roll a wisdom saving throw to see if you break out of the paralysis. But right now you're paralyzed.
Well, but I mean, don't we just go straight to that? I mean, what can I actually do? I mean, I read this and I'm like, I can't even talk, right? I'm incapacitated, can't move or speak.
You could throw a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. I'm sorry. I guess I just assumed that I
Well,
was
wait.
I can't do anything.
Wait.
It just seems weird. If I feel like if I was paralyzed, why would I be able to use my upper body to throw
Yeah,
something?
right. No, it's just not written right. It can't take any. Yeah, you can't take any.
Okay,
any
that's what I
actions.
assumed. So I just go right into the
I
save.
don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. Yep.
But with disadvantage?
I guess unless there's. I don't know. I can't think of anything else you would be able to do that wouldn't require like physical movement. You know. Is there anything else that you can do that's literally just sort of mental, or that doesn't require you to move your body? No. So you can just take the savings throw again.
I could try to fucking break my sword over my knee. So mad, like Bo Jackson. No, there's nothing I can do. And this also means, just so you know, because I'm not a cheater,
That you're
my rage
popping
ends.
out of rage.
Yeah, because if I don't swing at something while I'm raging on my turn, I lose my rage. So if I want to rage again, I have to re-rage.
Yep.
And I don't think when I come out of my rage just naturally, I don't think that you could. Yeah, it just ends. I don't have any kind of issue. Like I'm not
Right.
exhausted.
You're just not,
That's
you're
just when I
not raging.
frenzy.
When you right.
Did you get him back with a short or a long rest?
Long rest. Okay, so you said I'm rolling disadvantage on a wisdom save.
Wait, what? Hold on. A second.
You said disadvantage. I assume because I rolled the natural one on the initial
with
spell.
disadvantage. No, that's just how it works.
Oh, fantastic.
It's pretty rough.
Well,
Okay, you're still paralyzed.
awesome.
Blackwin, your turn.
Okay, can I tell what kind of condition he's in, or no?
The Revenant.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like half of his health has been taken away yet.
Gee.
All right, so I move up here, and I'm just like, sorry. And,
Sorry.
Again, let me see if I can take care of this for us. And I decide to cast Witch Bolt. Oh.
Now that you're in range.
Oh.
So you run up and you throw out your typical sort of that green purplish crackling energy kind of comes out and it goes clear up into the night sky. It just it almost looks like you were trying to literally shoot for the moon. And
I can't believe I
nothing happened.
wasted a spell. Oh.
No. Witch Bolt's your cantrip, right?
No, it's my big heavy hitter. It's my 2d12.
Does that consume it if you don't hit?
I thought you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it
yeah.
does?
Uh-huh.
God, man, spellcasters are
much-
stupid.
Oh, dude. So I just
Sorry, I
spent
was
both
thinking,
spell
I was
slots.
thinking of Eldritch Blast and Witch Bolt mix those up. Yeah.
Oh, so now I just have cantrips left. Oh, useless. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So click that one off.
Yeah, I did. I hate
Isn't that
Alright,
the
Spark.
this thing
Spark.
has worse?
Okay. Can I do like a couple checks here? First off, do I know Tyr?
Yes. Anyone from Faerun has heard of. I would assume all of you that were from the Sword Coast have heard of the god Tyr.
Okay. And then
If you want more information, you can make a religion check, and I'll tell you more. But
sure. I'm gonna, because I'm kind of curious. I just heard him say that.
all right. So from your studies as a wizard, you know that Tyr is sometimes called the maimed god or the even-handed. He is a popular Faerunian god of justice. He's a noble warrior who's missing his right hand. You know a lot about him. You know that he's basically the god of justice. There's many knights and paladins and clerics and priests that worship Tyr. It's all about like honor and lawfulness and justice.
Got it.
With that kind of role and your kind of academic background, you know a lot more than that, but that's sort of the key stuff.
Okay, and then also when that thing said we're, what did he say? Stinking servants of Strahd.
Yeah, he's called you guys that a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make
His initial question to somebody was
It was to me.
to Alaric was, do you work for like the Dark Lord or whatever?
Right.
And
And,
then-
I think
and
I
after-
made the mistake of saying yes because I assumed that he did, and it seems like he doesn't.
okay?
Seems
so,
like.
I can't comment on any of that.
So, does that name mean anything to me?
Which name?
Servant of Strahd.
Strahd. Yes. So, you believe you've connected enough dots. Go ahead and make an insight check first.
Insight.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on a second. You did a.
Whatever. What do you want? I did a 14.
I'm looking for a sort of awareness, sort of. I'm gonna actually give you your perception on top. Either way, you're good.
Okay.
Great DMing over here. But good roll. So you've connected the dots that Strahd and the sort of noblemen that you encountered in this realm before are the same person.
Okay. So I'm gonna dash. Let's see, 5, 10, 20. and dash right up there.
Okay.
And he said at the very beginning he was with the Knight Silver of, what was it?
He said he was a knight of the Order of Silver. Order of the Silver Dragon, sorry.
Of the Silver Dragon.
Yep.
Okay, sorry to keep going down this line with you, but
No, it's still good.
Does that mean anything to me?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I dash up there, and then I say to him, Mr. Order of the Silver Dragon fella. I go, we're no friends of Strahd. Strahd's the one who pulled us here. And we
Okay.
didn't want to come here.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not good at persuasion.
Another natural 20, please.
Come on. Halfway persuasive.
Speaking of natural 20s, the Revenant almost doesn't even make eye contact with you, but he hears you. He's still staring at Alaric, and you just hear him say, "Lies. The cursed allies of Strahd always lie." And can you do anything else?
Nope, I don't have any other actions.
Okay, then it's Thoradin's turn.
Okay. I keep trudging through this fucking sludge.
You can get right about there, right behind Blackwin. Yeah, that's good.
So I'm about 30 feet, so he can hear me if I'm yelling.
Yep.
So I yell at him, "Hey you undead ugly bastard. If you want to be blasted again by the holy light, then you should just keep being a big dick. If not, you should trust us that we're not the bad guys." So I basically want to do what Spargle did and kind of.
All right,
convince
go
him
ahead
that-
and roll persuasion.
Please roll better.
I will try.
Oh, yeah.
19.
Nice.
He looks at you, and as you're talking, his eyes move to you, and that rage starts to like focus again. That just sort of his eyes narrow, and he's staring at you, angry of what you've done to him. But you see those eyes soften as his longsword drops to his side, and he looks around and he says, "What trickery is this? Why would you attack a knight of the Silver Dragon if you're not with Strahd?"
Sometimes creatures of the living see creatures of the dead, and we get a little worried, and sometimes we may hit you. Sorry, lad.
What do you mean, the dead? I'm here on an eternal mission to defeat Strahd and
Yeah.
any of his
Yeah,
companions.
how old are you, lad?
34. He looks about 700.
Right. Right.
Dude,
You don't look 34, lad. You've been dead for a long time. Look at you. I'm a paladin of the light. I know these things.
When you
No,
say paladin, he seems to be confused. The last 30 seconds, he seemed very confused and sort of looking around. But when you say the word paladin, his eyes snap back to you, and he says, "Of what order do you serve?" Did Vladimir send you?
I don't know of Vladimir, lad.
Where do you come from?
I serve Tyr, lad. That's my god.
His hand grips tighter on his longsword. He goes, "What is this Tyr you speak of?"
That's one of my gods I worship, lad. He's the god of justice. And that's what we be trying to find down here.
All right. He says, more trickery of Strahd. I've never heard of this tier. If you are truly of a good order, you have heard of the Order of the Silver Dragon, surely. Who is its leader?
So everyone's looking at me, and I'm just like,
Am I allowed to chime in?
Yeah, anybody could.
Oh,
say-
I go, Vladimir.
it's Vlad.
He looks at you and he says, "You know not of Vladimir.
different land, you know.
I
Red
sense
cloaks.
more lies."
You didn't find the arena.
I say, you know, we're from a different land. We didn't come from here. Unfortunately, I think it's Strahd that took us here. I don't know Order of Silver Dragon. That doesn't mean I'm for Strahd either.
He starts seeming to like kind of just like shake and like his head and like sort of like calculation and confusion. He says, "So, are you friends or enemies of Count Strahd?"
I think we're enemies.
He brought me here, and I don't want to be here, so he is an enemy, lad. Very simple.
Do we know that this Strahd brought us here? I don't even know.
That's what Sparkle said.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I can talk.
I just, Alaric's just like, Sparkle! Sparkle!
At this point, Alaric, you're out of the Revenant is no longer feared from Thoradin. And Alaric, you've the paralysis that you felt is also sort of waned. As this creature now just sort of looks down, almost like sort of disassociates with the whole party, almost like someone hit the reset button on him, and he starts walking down the path, and he says, "If you're enemies of Strahd, you're a friend of the Knights of the Silver Order. The Knights, you are a friend of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Seek
And destroy.
Search in." He says, "Seek Vladimir in Argynvosthold, and they will help you.
Did he just call me an asshole?
You will help them."
And what was that? Vladimir in where?
Argenhast.
Argynvosthold.
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 Argon Voss.
I'm an
Argynvosthold.
asshole. Argynvosthold.
Somebody called him an asshole, and he heard it wrong, and he thinks that's the place it is.
And he'll help us, he said? Seek Vladimir.
I put it in Slack.
Perfect.
Argynvosthold.
He
I love it.
And after he says that, he literally just keeps walking, almost like he never encountered you guys, and goes right back to the same sort of routine that he was in. And he's now behind the group, and he's zigzagging from one side of the path to the other, poking his head into the forest. You can continue to dialogue with him, or you can just let him move on his way. Your call.
So we didn't get a sense of direction, right? Like he just said, seek out Argynvosthold, or seek out Vladimir and Argynvosthold, right? We have
Correct.
no idea where, so we don't know where to go. He didn't go that way. Like he didn't say anything,
Nope.
right?
Go that way.
Whoever
Yeah,
he clearly
I
does
feel
not
like-
like me, so I think somebody should talk to him a little bit more if we can.
I ask him, how do we get there? Are we on the way to Argenvost?
He says, he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, are you friends of Strahd?" Almost like you guys haven't even met.
Oh
This guy-
my God! It's like every time I talk to my
Ah,
dad
so
now.
Strahd
So
is
old.
the most evil man we've ever met. We're here to kill him.
Yes, you must seek the Order of the Silver Dragon in Argenvost.
We will.
What's your name?
What's your What's your name? You got a name?
He says, "I am Petor Bolsevik,
Mother
a knight
Russia.
of the Order of the Silver Dragon."
How do I charge my Apple Watch?
It's got a little magnetic thing that sucks onto the bottom of it.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
Yeah. It's like I thought I just plug it into the wall. So do we want to ask him where to go?
Where can we find
I mean,
Strahd?
which direction? Because we don't know where anything is here.
Yeah, I guess what direction is Argenvost?
Okay, I'm gonna give me a second to see how I'm gonna gotta come up with a couple different things here.
Weren't we heading west?
Yeah, this map is
It's
is
just-
flipped around.
Flipped. Okay,
Yep.
that's fine.
This is you're just on a very This is this is backwards.
Argenvost.
At that point, the Revenant turns and he looks and he says, he looks at all of you. He just kind of like turns his head, doesn't really make eye contact, but just kind of like scans the whole group of you, walks in front of you all, and again, this is heading west, and he says, "Follow me to Argenvost.
Nice.
It is 3 weeks travel."
Oh.
And he starts
Oh,
walking.
God.
He starts walking down the path at about a 1 mile an hour pace.
Can you just tell us how to get there? Or...
Can you just tell us?
He says, I know the way. I will guide any enemies of Strahd to the Order of the Silver Dragon.
I think we follow him.
Follow me."
I think we follow him.
Should we follow?
I do.
It's
We
gonna
got no
take us
choice.
I don't give a
take
shit.
us
I think it'd be
8
awesome.
months to get there.
So do we have any
Can we pick him up?
changed the day changed it all? Because it took us a couple hours before we found this dude. Like,
In a typical sort of day-night cycle, that like very muted sun that looks more like a moon is about, showing it. It's about 10 a.m., 11 a.m. ish, somewhere between morning and noon.
okay,
Since you've walked down this path, I think you walked about 2.5 hours since daybreak, plus the time you've spent here.
okay. So he's walking like snail's pace.
Yeah.
Like it's 3 weeks travel normal.
For him, that's all he said. It's about.
What if we
3
just head
weeks.
down this path? I mean, it seems like that's the direction
Yeah.
he's going, right?
Which way did he head? Did he head east or west?
west?
Okay. So that was the way we were going anyways, because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
obviously weren't going to go back into the nether
I
trap.
say, Peter, why don't you can just why don't you keep guarding the path here? We'll get on it. We'll head on our way.
Says, "Very well. I shall meet you in Vladimir at Castle Ravenloft for the grand battle." And he just keeps walking really fucking
sure.
slow.
As he
down.
turns around and walks away, I pull my dagger out of his back.
Oh yeah. So you yank it, yank it loose, and he just goes. "Argh." He looks behind and he just continues to trudge forward.
I look at Alark and I say, "Oh, thank God that fucking guy's gone."
Well, is Alaric still like paralyzed? Can we do anything?
No,
to
no,
him?
no. All that was
No,
cleared up.
uh,
That's why I
Lawrence
started
snapped
talking
out of
again.
it. Yep.
All right. Well, I say we just keep heading west. All right, let's head west, fellas. Getting rid of this. I want to get out of this fucking forest. I'm freaking out.
All right. So, you're gonna leave the Revenant behind then, Peter.
Unless we want to free a soul.
Yeah, man. I'd like to get
Are we-
in the
we're right-
passing lane.
We're back on the black map, right? That we started with.
Yeah.
Do we
Okay,
want
I
to?
just
Do we
wanna make
want
sure I'm looking-
that coming with us? It's kind of slow.
You guys can just continue on the path in front of him, or you can trudge along behind him.
I say we just continue on to.
How's the atmospheric pressure in this place?
29.
That's pretty high.
Okay. 16.
That's better.
That's better.
We'd be crushed.
I asked the group. Do we want? Are we want to follow this guy, or we want to get out of here?
I say we get out of here.
I support it.
Spargle.
Oh,
It wouldn't hurt to have a guide, but he moves very slow.
Yep. All right.
I
Well,
wasn't kidding. Can we carry? I'll put him on my back. He could just tell us if we're going the right way. Like
A proud knight wouldn't like that, lad.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like we just totally fucked him up, and now we're just gonna.
He doesn't seem to remember.
He seems to be pretty okay.
But do we? I feel bad. I feel like he's like an. Should we kill him?
I mean,
He took a licking and didn't look too bad.
No.
what is dead may
Yeah.
never die, man. That's just,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, who was right? We talked to him. Got some
Yeah.
info.
Hey,
So he's
I
right.
did try to talk to him, and apparently, the undead guy,
He said
looking
wrong.
guy that I didn't know. I mean, he asked if I worship the Dark Lord. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, of course I do. Let's
course
be
we do.
friends.
same team, bro.
Right, that's what I was going for, and then he all of a sudden was a paladin or something of
Like,
the
I think
Silver
I'm
Dragons.
still a good guy.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Ghostbuster thing where, like, if they ask if you're a god, say yes.
Right.
yeah, that's right.
If they ask if you worship the Dark Lord, say yes.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are gonna continue down the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you guys continue for a few more hours. You leave the Revenant Peter, however you say it, a few miles back. I mean, you very quickly outpace him. He is going literally at a snail's pace. And you get a little bit further down the path. And the fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you, including Petor.
Oh, God.
Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses, looming gray in the fog. And I mean huge. These things are like skyscrapers height. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate. Their heads, sort of decapitated, are now lying amongst the weeds at their feet. And they greet you with only silence.
I'm a master in stonework, so I would like to,
That's cool looking.
That's very cool.
It reminds me of the Argonath from Lord of the Rings.
Go ahead. What were you saying, though, man?
I would like to look. I'm a master of stone cutting. I'd like to check to the origin of the stonework and some history about it, if I may.
Nice.
Player handbook, page 20, if you want to reference that.
I assume, like, if this is exactly what we obviously see, with, like, moss and stuff growing, this is pretty safe to say that this has been in this condition for a long time.
Probably.
Like, these
so-
heads off of this, you know what I mean?
Let me go in order. Let me respond to Thornton, and he can relay his information because he is a master sort of stoneworker.
Okay.
Thornton, you notice you realize almost immediately
Do I have to roll though? Because it says I have to
no.
roll. I think. Okay.
No, not in this case. Not for what I'm going to tell you now. If you want to dig deeper, maybe.
Okay.
You realize these statues and the whole complex is thousands of years old. You would estimate, based on the foliage growing around them and the decay and everything of the heads laying on the ground, that it's been 400 or 500 years that they've been in this state.
Okay. Does this look like anything of our world, of the world that we were from? Like, are we in a different world? Is what I'm trying to divine. Is what I'm trying to figure out. Is this of the planet
Yeah.
we're from?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm curious if this is like a whole nother world, or is this
Now
just
for
a different
stone cutting,
timeline?
it does say intelligence history check. I don't know if you want to.
I think it's the same difference for you either way, but
Okay.
yeah, I would give you a history check on that one.
Okay, we'll do a history check. I want to see if we're on like a different planet or a different dimension. But we're definitely not going to figure that out today. Because I just rolled a 1.
You think you might be in the Mos Eisley Cantina? I'm just kidding, Mos Eisley. No, you.
I don't like you.
You don't know. I mean, you.
Yeah, of course.
From looking at the statues, you're like, this could be of any realm. They look human.
Right.
So they don't look like any other race besides human. From their markings and what's being worn on the big statues, you can't tell anything.
So it's just like when I pretend to know a location that you guys talk about in real life, and I just make something up, and everybody knows I'm lying. That's exactly what just happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this phone look is thousands of years old.
You're like, oh yeah, Dagnesis is over there by Broadview and
83.
83. Yeah, there's no 83. Okay, so
I do say out loud. I say, I go, oh boy. I'm like, this is the place. This is the place we were last time.
Sparkle, you better start speaking up, lad, because you know a lot, but you don't tell us.
I support
I
that.
told you the fog pushed us to a village, to a crazy house, where a lot of bad stuff happened. Some mean people, some cultists that talked about this Lord Strahd guy.
Check Slack real quick.
He's not gonna punch, I assume.
Yep.
All right.
We don't know necessarily that this is the gates of Barovia, right? Or do we?
No, you don't. I mean, no, you don't.
Okay. Not that that means anything to any of us.
Right. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't really mean anything.
Okay.
Either
I
way.
didn't know if I missed that or something.
Nope.
So, yeah. I say, I mean, I don't know how to tell you. You know, this fog ushered us into this town. Well, the gate looked just like it on the other end. It pushed us into this house. And then, next thing I know, there's some big walking garbage pile that killed my friend Nimrut, and Pimever and I ran, and next thing we know, we ran into Strahd.
So you made it through this gate, and then it was like a village, you said?
It pushed us right into a house, and it's
What
not
was in the
doing
house? What else was in the house?
a lot of really scary, bad memories.
We're
Did you say a pile of trash came to life? What was that?
Yeah.
were there some creepy little ghost shit?
Maybe 99.
Yeah.
What's that? Wait, what did you say again?
Old David Cross.
Old inside joke.
We'll share it after the
Oh, I
session.
missed it.
No, it's yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know I'm metagaming here, but sounds familiar. A pile of trash comes to life.
Yeah. It should sound familiar to some of us.
Yes.
Out of character.
Were you with a giant red tiefling that was a paladin and a warlock that kind of emo named Alamar?
Stinky little halfling.
Yeah.
Oh, I was with the dwarf and a gnome.
Different instance, Will. So are you guys stopping, or are you continuing to move towards the gates?
Let's keep moving.
Does it? I mean, from what we see, I mean, is there nothing going on around? Like, we don't see any movement anywhere?
Make perception check.
All right, I'm very interested in our surroundings right here.
Anybody who is, make a perception check. I'm assuming the same marching order that we had before.
I told you I was very
There you
interested. Tell me everything. Tell me your naughty secrets.
You, Alaric, have been, like, as everybody else is sort of looking at all the structure and trying to make out, sorry. You've been kind of more tactically sort of oriented, like watching for movement or motion, and motion, sounds, anything like that. Dead silent. You are very confident that this whole area within earshot of you is almost completely abandoned.
Okay.
I think we should camp here.
As you get closer to the gates, they creak open. When you're about 100 feet away, they creak open. Like the fucking magic doors at the mall.
Oh,
Who
God.
said anything about us getting close to the gates? Now I'm scared.
Do you continue to walk through the gates?
Fuck yeah, let's go, man. I'll
Yeah.
lead the charge.
You guys don't want to camp?
You can't camp by a gate. It's a landmark.
I mean, like, off to the side. There's no one around.
It's still early, right?
That's taken a couple more hours to travel from where you encountered the Revenant till you got to the gate. Each one of these sort of hexes is about a mile, and in the mud, it takes quite a while to get through it. So it's now late afternoon.
Oh, we could
It's
have,
quite right. We may, I mean,
have an early dinner, have a late breakfast tomorrow.
well, or we may go in and see if there's sea or something.
Adam lost his rage. I expended both spell slots. We could fireside. Otherwise, what if we get it stuck into something?
No, you know
that's
what?
just, like,
I
continuous?
would. We don't necessarily. I don't know about like camping out or how you guys want to end, but I do need to go to bed. So, I get it. I have to get to sleep. So we should probably call it quits if we can.
Cool.
Fair enough.
So do you want to try to camp then? So we can do fireside and stuff?
Yeah, let's try and find a good spot to camp.
Yeah.
I mean, so you are
All right.
you've approached the gate and it's open. So do you want to step backwards from the gate, sleep in the middle of the gate, or go through the gate?
Sleep in the middle of the gate. No.
Back
All right. No. Let's just go through because Loric's not going to be able to get any kind of rest knowing that these gate doors are open unless we want to go try to fucking shut them.
The gay doors.
The gates
Can I
are
wait?
open.
Can I try to shut him with Mage Hand?
You can, but they're like 70 tons each.
So wouldn't work.
You could try.
Dude.
What do I have to do
So
to
it
control
wouldn't
Dude, just do it. Just go for it.
Yeah, waste another spell slot, dude.
Just
You're
do
gonna rest
it.
No,
anyway.
it's not a spell slot, dude. I can
So
use Mage
then-
Oh,
Hand
yeah.
whenever I want.
Totally
Yeah,
do it.
dude,
And
go
take
for
it
it.
off.
Come on.
So,
Alaric
right,
makes
how
a
do I do it? How do I
he
do it?
pulls out a microwave and makes a bag of popcorn.
all right, guys. Let me shut this door. What do I got to roll for a Mage Hand?
Nothing.
All right.
Do you have a 200-sided die?
Tell me that you do it.
I try and shut the doors with Mage Hand.
Don't tell him.
All right, cool. The hand can't attack or activate items or carry more than 10 pounds. So, good thing you rolled 169. So Blackwind walks in front of the group and he starts chanting his mage hand thing that you guys have heard before, and it holds out his hand in that familiar sort of position, and you see the ghostly hand extend out of yours, the light of a ghostly hand, but for the first time, Blackwing in your life, in your career as a warlock,
Yeah.
the hand comes out as a completely decayed, skeletal, deathly looking hand, which you've never seen before. You're used to it being like almost like a supernatural extension of your own hand, but it comes out as like it's a dead, decaying hand. It still gives you the same sort of response as it grabs around this gate that's now open, and you try to command it to move the gate, but it doesn't budge a smidgen.
You eat that hot dog?
It was supposed to look like that. Don't worry, anyone.
So at this point, you guys can either choose to step back from the gate, camp right where you're at, or move beyond the gate. See what happens.
I almost think we should camp on this side of the gate because
Alaric's gonna start
What if we
walking
do
through the
walk-
gate while Sparkle's talking.
Oh my god.
okay.
All right, and so you guys go to the. So who else follows Alaric?
Should we see our avatars on the screen?
No, it's
Okay.
just the little. It's just
Got
the
it.
overland map.
I don't like when he goes alone, so I go with him.
Does anybody not follow him?
I just start setting up my tent. No, I'm kidding. I follow you guys.
I follow.
Yeah, I follow too.
All right, so the whole group follows. As many feet as it was before you got to the gate that they swung open, 50, 100 feet. Once you move beyond the gate, it does the same little magic automatic doors at the airport kind of thing, and closes right behind you, just with the same sort of creaking speed and motion, almost just sort of naturally. The gates just close. You go a few more feet down the road, and you do find plenty of spots if you want to camp in the middle of the road or off the side of the road. You find ample area to camp. I would just ask that Alaric or Deckard, who are leading the way still, make a survival check for me. Whoever wants to find the camping spot.
I'll do it.
That's as far as we see down the horizon there, or down the path.
Yeah. Again, each sort of hex on this thing is like a good mile or so.
Mile. Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 21 for survival.
Well, I rolled a
Okay.
natural 20. Doesn't matter. Well, I rolled
Oh.
a 22.
Whichever one.
Actually, each square is about a quarter mile, so every 4 or 5 squares is a mile at this point. So both of you are kind of like digging around. You almost find you both almost find the exact same spot. You're like kind of pointing to this. You're kind of canvassing around, and all these trees are very like oddly uniform. But you guys happen to find a little space in a couple of them that leads into a bit of an opening that you feel is like perfect to like dip off of the path, but being a little bit of cover without going dangerously far into the woods. And at that, you guys find a nice camping spot and can set up camp. You can take your long rest, and it's now. I mean, it's not too late. It's only about 5 or 6 o'clock, but you guys can sit around, make your meal, get to bed early, and wake up when the dawn comes.
You'll have a early dinner.
If
you make it through the
if
night?
it does, yeah, right, exactly.
Hey
Late
Dan,
lunch.
Yep.
surrounding our camp, like it's a 20-foot, area. I'm going to cast alarm.
Okay.
Ooh,
Very
what
good.
is that? I mean, I kind of have an idea, but
It's-
what is
I mean,
that?
it's going to be close at us, but if something comes in that area, anything comes in the cube above us or around us, well, I'll know.
Okay. And then also, we'll do a long rest, and we'll kind of run it all out at the beginning of the next session. But who's keeping first and second watch, if anybody? Or you just
I'll-
using your alarm?
I don't know
I'll
how
take a
we're
turn.
doing it, but I'll volunteer to go first.
Okay, I'll take next shift.
Okay, can you guys just both give me a perception check, and we'll resolve it next time?
13 for me in my perception.
And yep, 15 for me.
Okay. All right. so right before you guys sort of, you set up a small fire, try to be inconspicuous a little bit, and Spargle walks around the camp doing something. You guys aren't really sure what he's doing, but he's like casting a bit of a spell around your camp. And then, you settle in, and Alaric and Spargle are taking the shifts.
Yeah,
So Alaric,
I'll go first.
Alaric does this thing where he's just sort of like kind of standing there like a sentry, almost in the middle of the camp, just sort of scanning back and forth, almost like a robot. And then the rest of you, after seeing, Spargle do his thing and Alaric standing guard and, confident that you've carved out a little spot, you uneasily let yourselves fall to sleep. Everybody is really fucking creeped out and uncertain kind of what the hell's going on, where you're even at. But you drift to sleep. And we'll call it there.
Okay.
Nice.
Welcome to Barovia.
Great to be.
Barovia.
We're on a different plane of existence. I know that much. Homeboy's shooting undead arms out of his hands.
Yeah, and you guys know, based on what Spargle's told you so far, that that he had been here before. He encountered this crazy house. He was in a village called Barovia, and he knew the gate. What Spargle explained was that the gate here was very similar to the gate that he saw when he went to Barovia. So that's about the extent of what you know.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I forgot that I would have known the name of the town, though. So I do know it's Barovia. That's right.
Yep. I think at this point, I think you guys are kind of plugged in.
Great descriptions of everything. I feel like we only fought like one dude and walked like down a trail, but it was totally could see everything.
Yeah, I loved it all. I
I feel like I'm in Duskwood, but worse.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's a
Dustwood
good
is,
idea.
Is a good description of the place.
Reminds me of
How
What's
long
Watch
till we
Diablo
run
3?
into Stitches?
So, there's going to be, hopefully, I think the last several sessions were a lot more combat than you would typically see.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this will be a little bit
This
more
is cool.
on the-
I even like that we fought that guy and then it ended up like talking and shit.
That's awesome.
Walking up.
Probably not at all like you imagined that going.
You never know how it's gonna go.
No,
Like how
you guys-
he resets. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, there was a lot of good. Yeah, you guys did a lot of pretty good convincing to make that happen. That was an unlikely scenario where you had already engaged in battle with this thing and they were able to convince it otherwise.
I hope you guys are ready to fireside because I have not fireside since I came back. It's the first time we're doing
I'm
it.
sure you guys have a lot of material to discuss.
Yes.
I would assume, but I will stay out of it, of course.
You could play Piotr. He could just wander back up and be like, "Hey, you guys are getting."
Hey, what are you guys doing sleeping
as you
here?
wake up, he finally gets there.
You don't sleep in Barovia.
It's like the what's the tortoise and the hare, right? You guys are gonna be like zipping forward, camping, and he's just slowly, always 5 feet behind you.
All right, cool. Well, I'll end the stream on that note. Thanks everybody who watched, and if you didn't watch, no
Thank
thanks.
you, viewers. You guys did a great job today. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Enforcer.
And follow my friends, Stored in Vintage. Bye.